A giant purple worm spurts out of the ground.
Not quite. All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving and kept safe and sound. As it's the theme of the year, unfortunately, is keeping safe. So hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. But let's pick up where we left off last week. I'm still sad about my abominable Yeti there, Connell. So
revenge is coming, I'm sure.
I'm sure it is too. Okay, let me just.
See, he won't do it to you though, because you can just dimension door out or some shit. He's gonna do it to one of us.
He'll get me. I don't know how, but he'll get me.
He'll keep.
I got refreshed. Something's wrong with Ultimate.
We're gonna pay the price for your sins.
Too much.
All right. Yeah, so we picked it up right when these Yetis attacked these poor little villages. Max and Ashley, if you remember all these things all over the place, are the various concoctions of Max. And you identified some of them, and they kind of did as advertised, but kind of didn't do as advertised as well. But regardless, the Yetis are defeated. If you remember, this entire wall here is gone, and the cold air is sweeping in now. This entire place that is now open to the elements, and you hear Ashley and Max quietly crying in the corner. So, the mighty MP6, what would you like to do?
Should we just dip?
Can I see where the tracks came from? Try and get an idea of where these guys came from and if they should be even in this region.
Make a survival check. First roll of the night. Let's set the tone.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at that.
Pretty good. So let me switch over to the map. So you're right where the marker indicates, right here. Now, it's unusual, to say the least, to see Yetis around this area. It is cold, that's true, but from what you know about Yetis, with a discussion between yourself, someone would know that Yetis, you maybe more expect them to see over here in the mountains. Why they are over here, unknown, but the tracks definitely head off to the east. So heading off in this sort of direction.
And there's never any Yetis like towards Pride's Call and around that mountain range?
Not Pride's Call so much, but maybe, this is all part of the same mountain range all around here. So that will be much more...
But pretty deep into the mountains.
Deep into the mountains. Like Pride Calls is just a collection of hills, like some of the districts of Pride's collection on top of the hills. So rolling hills, mountainous range, not in rolling hills, more expected in the mountain range. So whatever they're doing here, slightly unusual.
So, anybody good at inspecting dead animals? See if something maybe drove them to this region? Any healing wounds or afflictions? Anybody good at that kind of thing?
Is that nature?
Don't make
Yep.
nothing.
That would be nature.
I can check it. If you guys.
Then I will ask Vivi, as the regional expert, what drove these Yetis over here? So they're way out of their territory.
Let's see. And then I'll flash of genius myself.
Okay.
To make that a 19.
Okay.
Because I am a genius. I don't know if I've told you.
Once or twice. So what exactly are you checking there, Vivi? What are you you inspecting it to see something unusual about the Yetis?
I guess see like if there's any like indication for them to be so far from their natural habitat. Like if there's anything like that, I guess.
Well, you take a close look at the bodies, and what a draw is a 19 effectively.
Mm-hmm.
What you do notice is there's a lot of sweat on their bodies, and an unusual amount. Like it'd be like as if you're walking around, I don't know, some tropical country with a fur coat on. It's just plain old not comfortable, and that's the impression you get from these Yetis as well. And something, in addition to that little missed, was it 27 passive perception, is one thing Mara noticed is when they, just before they died, I mean, these were raging, angry animals, apart from the cute little tykes who never hurt a fly, but is the look when they fell went from rage to confusion to death.
Oh.
Riz, what's your passive perception? PP20. Ah, yes. Yes, Riz would have noticed that as well. So you can tell that they're not where they should be. They're uncomfortable, just dripping sweat, basically. And they went from rage to confusion to death. About 5 seconds.
Connell, would you be able to check for any like residual magic or anything on these things?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Wow. Yes. Let me just look something quickly up. There is some residual magic. And that Arcana check, which was what, a natural 19 for a 28. I think it comes from the enchantment school.
So what is part is enchanted? The actual beast or something on them is enchanted?
Yeah, like it's fading fast, but you're quick enough to notice it. But the residual magic you saw was enchantment.
Quick question: who is this and this? I don't have name tags for those two people.
Who's who and who?
Say hi, Vivi. This is Vivi.
Vivi is me, the bro
Okay.
in the armor.
I just can't see HP numbers or a name tag for him. And same for the one to the right over here, which I'm assuming is the NPC that we're traveling with.
It is the NPC.
I can't remember her name offhand.
It's Turlu. Not sure why you're not seeing the nameplate. Can everybody else see the nameplates, or?
No.
Mm-mm.
They've changed.
I see Adamax and I see mine, but I don't see theirs.
Yeah, I can see Adamax and myself and Connell's.
I see Connell's, myself, Adamak,
TBH, I
and Mara.
can't even see Connell. Oh no, there he is.
Oh, there we go. They've changed the graphics interface, so you should see Vivi now.
Yep, we see Vivi.
There we go. And there's Turlu. Yep. Okay, so I'll just go through the rest of them just to make sure. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go over to Turlu and mention maybe she should check on the well-being of the elderly couple. I believe they're in the kitchen.
She says, of course, I shall check on them. I'm not sure, maybe we need to do something about this wall. These people might literally freeze to death if something's not done. But yes, I shall go comfort them as best I can. And she heads off to the room, their bedroom, effectively, and starts talking to them and reassuring them and saying, "It's okay, it's okay. The monsters are dead. The monsters are dead. We will help you as best you can. Just relax." But they're still beside themselves. Their home has literally been ripped apart by monsters that they've never seen before in their life.
Somebody wants to visit from a few minutes to repair their, or I guess the rest of the day or whatever, repair their home.
It's nighttime right now, isn't it? Like we were getting ready to
Sleep, yeah, ish.
If you remember, there was a fairly nasty storm that was coming down. Your visibility was reduced quite a lot. Max stored your horses and your cart off to the side. So yeah, it's the middle of the night now. Well, starting early evening, say 10 p.m., something like that.
Do they have any use for their stable? Like, do they have their own animals in there, or was it empty prior to us coming?
There was a couple of plow horses.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a tight squeeze with Mr. Ed and Captain Majestic. But yeah.
Do we want someone to go scout the area, make sure there's no more of these?
I think that's your job.
It's in my skill set.
Mm-hmm.
You and Vivi.
I am going to stealth and go scout.
Okay.
Do you need backup, or are you good on your own?
Are you pretty sneaky? I'm pretty sneaky by
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sneaky.
Vivi's very sketchy. I mean, sneaky.
Almost the same thing.
Let's see what you got, kid.
All right, Dick, let's go. And I flip up my fucking hood.
Okay, both of you make stealth checks.
It's a 24.
I just need to double check this what else shit. I don't know if it gives me advantage or not. I know it says I can stealth in heavy terrain, but I don't know if out in the open, but I don't know if it gives me advantage as well.
That's a feature you have.
Okay, no, it's this one. It just allows me to stealth out in open terrain, so I don't need cover to stealth
okay.
when there's rainfall or something like that.
Okay, just make a straight stealth check. Oh, there we go. There we go. Both equally stealthy. And both of you make me an investigation check.
I'm going to be moving very slowly, which
Okay.
gives my investigation a advantage.
Okay.
As long as I only move half speed the entire time I
Nice.
investigate.
Yes. Okay. Ooh, nice.
So 29.
Mm-hmm. So the rest of you see, well, you don't see, but Vivi and Riz head off into the forest, and you guys kind of do circles around there, kind of giving subtle nods to each other as you disappear and reappear. And you look around, and yes, maybe Mara sees them leaving, but no one else does. And you look around, you discover the Yeti tracks, but these were the Yeti tracks that led them, that they left on their way to the cabin. Other than that, you don't really see any other Yetis or anything else. There are some wildlife like deers and stags and wolves and foxes and things like that. But other than that, nothing of note.
Do we get close enough to any of the deer to take a shot at them?
Yeah, with a stealth of 24, you certainly do.
Dear,
I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at one of them.
Sure.
Kill a deer and bring it back for everybody and these elderly couple.
Okay, take a shot. Choo!
Wow.
25.
Well, actually, since
And that
you're
would be
stealthing
sneak
up,
attack damage.
technically, that's a
it's
natural 20 because they didn't see you, so it's at advantage. So I'm just going to say, what's your sneak attack damage? Is it 11? No, it's not 11. It's 22 you're doubling that, so that's 22, 25.
So 33.
Uh,
Wow, that's a lot of ones, man.
22.
I know. Look, I'd rather waste it on a deer.
Right?
It's more than the deer's hit points. Put it that way. 10d6 plus 9 plus 3. And no deer is going to go through that. So goes straight through the deer's neck, and it just crumples to the ground.
I nod VV over to help me bring it back. We didn't see any fresh kills by the Yetis on our way over. Like, they pretty much came to the cabin looking for food, or did they have a fresh kill anywhere along our way?
Well, with that investigation, you did not see any like recently massacred corpses or anything like that from the wildlife. So seemingly not.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
just gonna
so
nod to VV to help me drag it back.
All right.
you see Riz and Vivi returned with a obviously recently dead deer. It's just a dead deer at the moment. If someone would like to attempt to skin it and get the meat off it, you're more than welcome to, which will require a survival check.
I'm gonna see if the old man, having lived out here, has a few tricks. You know, with age comes wisdom, right?
Okay, and by the time you return, Max and Ashley have recovered seemingly. Are you just going to drag this corpse into their house? There is.
No, I'm leaving it outside, but walking in to ask him if he would, like to help us skin this deer, and they can keep any meat we don't use tonight, for themselves, kind of stock up for the winter.
Of course. So whoever's helping, whoever is skinning it, can take an advantage with the help from Max.
Who's the most survivalist?
It's wisdom based.
Well, I think me and Mara are the same.
Adam
we
Max
both
got a
have
plus
fours.
4. Okay, Adam.
I've got a +2.
Me? Yeah. You said an
Adam.
advantage?
Yeah, an advantage because Max is helping you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's if there was on a scale of 1 to 10 getting the most meat, you get about half of it and kind of leave the rest of it on the carcass. But it's still a good amount of, saw some good eatings on there. Could last them a week or two if they want to just purely be carnivores. But he thanks you, and he kind of parcels off the meat and kind of goes to the back of his house. And there's this little chest here. And he puts it in there and closes it and locks it. You get an impression that given that the climate, the meat is just going to naturally freeze. And can just use it throughout the winter.
I'd also like to move the Yeti corpses away from the house.
Easy enough to do with a bit of help. And off they go.
And what are the chances I could attempt to skin some of them for their fur? Since we're going to the hell of freezing.
Certainly. You're going to skin the Yetis, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Attempt to.
Max offers to help again, and you can make another survival check.
Oh, please be better. Well, I'm quite average.
Okay, I'm going to say that was the biggest Yeti. You get 14. No, that's good enough. You get a decent pelt from the biggest of all the Yetis. And there were 2 smaller Yetis. You can make survival checks for them in the back as well.
Sure. Wow,
Same again.
I suck.
Yeah, so I'm going to say you have 2 working pelts. There are a couple of Yeti tykes might make good foot warmers. It's up to you.
They can make a cape.
I'm not touching the baby.
Adam Mac, you gotta sharpen your knife between skinning. It gets dull, man. Rough hide.
Nah.
Okay, so you can add to your inventory, if you like, Adamak, 2 Yeti pelts.
Okay.
Turlu approaches the rest of you and says, "Well, it's getting late. I imagine looks like the best place to rest up, and maybe we'll investigate this, repair this wall as best we can. I'm not sure, but is this something beyond your magical abilities, Connell, or are we just going to be doing forced labor?"
To fix the wall. I can do the unseen servant stuff to be able to help with that to a degree, and I can do some things lifting with the That's really about all I can do, I think, for magic wise, right? I don't have anything to create anything yet. I don't think. Let me check.
How much
I
of
might
the
have-
Yeti pelts would
I might have
cover
some,
the
actually.
hole temporarily for the night?
It would cover it. There'd definitely be gaps in the wall, though. In terms of keeping it slightly better, you could do that with the Yeti pelts.
No, it is something. I need an hour to change spells out, but I forgot that I had fabricate, especially to be able to use that to help recreate the wall.
Can you bring up that description for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Sure will. I'll need some time to meditate or whatever and change spells, but.
Mm-hmm.
Would Connell have done this while we were out scouting?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, you're going to be looks like a long rest is on the horizon anyway.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to change it out so I could show it up there. Here it comes. Whoa, it's long.
Largest contained within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes. I think you could.
Well, I could do it multiple times too, right?
What
It's a long rest,
level?
no rush on less.
Yeah.
So.
What was the pile in the back behind the house? Was that a bunch of raw wood?
Which pile? This?
I just remember I heard the Yeti going through a pile behind the house, and that's where I ran into the one behind us. But I don't think I ever walked out there.
It was going through this thing. Not sure if you can see it, but feel free to wander around back here. So I'll drag you here. So it's going through this thing here, which is obviously their food storage.
Okay.
And Turlu says,
so he doesn't just have wood laying around.
Yeah. So Turlu says, you do have this spell then, Connell, but we need to rest up, I believe.
I mean, to change 4th level spells, I would need what's the time to meditate and change spells? I would need some time to do that. Yes.
Well, I guess you could technically take a long rest, which is technically 4 hours for Connell.
Yeah, but to just change your best spell, I think it's like is it so many minutes or something per level spell. I have to look it up and see how long. I can change spells with enough time, basically. 1 second, I'll find out.
Okay.
Can you just ritual cast it several times?
Fabricate, I don't think is ritual, is it? I can tell.
I have no idea on that. The way it reads, it seems like it might be.
At least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list is what it takes it to change spells.
Okay.
So with basically unlimited time and sitting around, I think it would be pretty easy to change out a spell. 1 4th level from the 4th level and cast a spell.
Sure. And it's not a ritual spell?
No, it is not.
I
didn't think it was.
It does take 10 minutes to cast, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say Connell spends a bit of time studying his spell book, swapping out a 4th level spell for transmutation. And I think you do have the raw materials. It's not as if the wall was,
right.
disintegrated. It's just in
there's
pieces.
There's plenty of wood around too, so.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to cast Fabricate?
Yes.
Okay, so you see Connell spending a good 10 minutes. Then, as if by magic, which it literally is, all the little wood starts flying back into place. And it's almost like a sped up Lego thing. Goes push, push, push. And even the window's going to go slap back into place. And before long, the wall is as good as new. Hope you're feeling suitably cool, Connell.
I
Yeah, I
am
like it.
sitting at their table with my feet up, and I just give him a nice slow clap as he walks in.
Well done, Connell, says Tulu. Perhaps we should rest up for the night and leave these good folks and head off to Pride's Call in the morning. So, unless there's anybody else who wants to do anything, say anything.
I'm going to suggest a watch schedule.
Oh wait, should we tell him that his potions are all crappy?
No, I labeled them for him, so he's aware.
Okay.
Yeah, she also suggested that the wife clean up the house a bit.
I mean, that thought still stands. Look at this boy. Otherwise, I think I'm good. I don't need to say anything.
Okay. So you set up watch. I think we had a schedule written somewhere, but I can't find it just at the moment. I thought it was on Party Loot, but
Riz offers to take first and last. He only needs 4 hours a day to sleep.
That's our colonies too.
okay. So you set up watches, just to speed things up. Nothing interesting happens in the night. The nasty rainstorm that spooked Captain Majestic and Mr. Ed has fallen off, and it's just a cool day. But the weather there is definitely suitable enough for traveling.
Before we leave, I want to talk to Steve.
Max, you mean?
Max.
Or Steve.
Riz knew that. Orange is very bad with names. Yeah, I just kind of want to mention, I think I mentioned it last game, but kind of mentioned to him, maybe some of these side effects you're running into, poisons, those might be your unknown knack. Maybe next time we come through here, maybe you'll have something whipped up that's interesting. You'd be more than obliged to toss you some gold for it.
Well, I'll definitely look into it. Maybe I'm reluctant. I feel that I'm just around the corner from a breakthrough, but maybe I can dabble in some poisons as well. After all, everything is for the Empire. Long live King Dwindle. Long live King Dwindle.
Long live the Empire.
Yeah, long live the Empire.
Okay, well, we wish you luck, both Max and Ashley. While it was terrible what happened in the evening, I'm glad we were here to get off the monsters, and I think we owe a special act of gratitude to the mighty Connell. I've never seen anything before in my life. So well done, Connell. And Max comes up to each individually and shakes your hand and thanks you. And Ashley comes up and gives you all a big hug. And with that, you collect Captain Majestic and Mr. Ed and head on down Pride's Walk Road. Now, Connell, I assume you're in wolf form and scouting along the side of the road? Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, first few days of travel are uneventful, and you make good progress towards the town of Pride's Call. Something you do come across, which is mildly interesting, is you come across a village. It isn't marked here at all on the map, but it's a simple village. It's got a stable. It's got a very basic inn. It's a population of maybe 100 or so people. Are you going to stay at the inn or keep heading south?
What time of day do we get there?
Right in the evening time, about 7 p.m., something like that. And so far, you've been, doing it hard, either sleeping in the back of the cart, usually under, I assume, Connell's protection every night. With your hut, do you have Lumen's tiny hut?
Yes, I'm sorry. I keep thinking I'm muted and I'm not. That's why I'm delaying.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so you feel safe under his hut, but still, it's not the most comfortable thing. And the inn looks in reasonable condition. There's a couple of locals there. There's children playing in the street, just being kids, goofing around. It's like a friendly, quaint little village.
I mean, I'd be okay with continuing going, just because I have a bad feeling that if we stay here, we're gonna bring something bad along with us.
Seems to be the trend.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind
But
of
adventure.
Adventure to us.
Is it like
Adventure to. Go ahead.
is it like dusk this time of year, or is it full dark at 7 when we're arriving into this town?
We'll say dusk. If you did want to push on, you could push on for another half hour or so and be well out of the town, or pull up short, or stay in the town. So the options are yours. You can stay there, or you can camp half an hour or so out of town.
So
Towns are great, y'all.
yeah, kind of agrees that. I mean, adventure's great. That's what I was gonna say, but adventure we bring to others tends to not be great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you currently have someone tracking you? Seems to be a lot of worry about staying in populated areas.
No?
Yeah.
Insight check?
Is it necessary? The world's worst liar.
Oh, I'm lying like a
I think Mara should have like an automatic disadvantage on deception no matter what.
So Rez, Mara is not telling the entire truth, but you don't know what she's being cagey about, but she's definitely being cagey.
I'm gonna press her. I rolled over 10.
Well, you can't just press her. I mean, you need to talk to her.
Well, no, that's what I mean. My character. I rolled to see if I was gonna press her, but I am going to press her on the issue. Who is tracking you guys?
Well, you see that
Nanya.
I mean, first of all, I don't know what you're talking about. Second of all, I don't think we have a name.
So you have an unknown party tracking you? Is there a contract out for you guys?
We have been around for quite a while, and we have lots of things we've gone on. We don't quite know you well enough to tell you all the things we've been doing. So I will simply say, yes, we have something that we might be looking for us. And I think leave it at that.
Yeah, so back off, bro.
You guys agreed to let me come with you. You
Yes.
could have said no at the start. I should at least know what I'm signing up for before a demon stabs me in the back on the way to hell.
We agreed for you to come with us. That was it.
I'm pretty sure we mentioned the hell thing before.
Sure, we did.
Oh yes, I think it'll be a very interesting journey to go to this hell.
That's right.
I just want to know what's going to be stabbing me in the dark on the way there.
Look, man, with your perception, nothing's stabbing you in the dark.
You don't know my character's perception.
Did we tell Riz that demons are after us?
You have told me nothing other than you were on your way to hell, and I said, sure, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, Vivi, you just told it. No, I'm playing.
Well, I mean, shouldn't we tell him?
Well, in character, he's okay. I'm pulling Vivi aside and Adamek aside and Mara aside for a minute. And it's like we don't know him well enough yet. We just met him, so telling him all of our business is.
Can I see them?
What if he dies?
They've got.
Can I see their group?
Yeah, I'm Connell's not really deceptive. He's more bluntly honest.
No, that's fine.
Oh my god.
So I'll let the DM tell Riz what he picks up based on point of view, but just keep that in mind that.
Well, I assume that since Connell pulled them aside. It's definitely outside of earshot.
Yeah.
You do
Right.
not know that you can read lips effectively. So why don't you make me a perception check with a +5?
And that's also with advantage due to my trait. So
Oh
35.
God.
Don't need the advantage.
Okay, so carry on, but
Sheesh.
we don't need to filter anything
Okay.
because you understand every single word they're saying, and you guys have
Every-
no idea that he's reading your lips.
Yeah, we don't know this guy well enough yet. We only met him like 3 days ago, so I don't want to get him killed, but I also don't tell. I'm not really a favor of telling a stranger all of our secrets.
I agree, but I do think it would be kinder if we kind of let him a little bit know what he was getting into. But I guess we did tell him
Can
that we're
we-
going
We
to
did.
hell.
Can
Yeah,
we at
right,
least
so-
tell him that like devils are chasing after us? He said he wants to know what's fighting us.
Why though? You're telling more and more. That he leads down more trails, more questions, more secrets. I just say keep going. We told him enough to know it's dangerous. He knows what he's getting into, and leave it at that. And then hopefully he doesn't have to find out more unless he hits us.
All right.
I mean, like I feel like he's gonna figure it out as soon as we get to hell, and then everybody's gonna freak out.
I just don't. Should get the hell. I just generally don't. I'm not comfortable sharing secrets with new people, for obvious reasons.
But didn't you transform in front of him?
I have not. Thank you very much.
I mean, he seems pretty trustworthy.
Oh, he is a
He
criminal.
does? Seriously? Wait, Mara. I know you like people, but this guy, he seemed nice enough. I had no problem with it, but he does not seem trustworthy.
Yeah, let's not get carried away, Mara.
he
He's a
looks
criminal.
sketchy as shit.
What do you mean?
He has deals
Works
with the
for like a
myriad.
secret organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Just
broke
captured
my
by one.
brother's
Okay,
head.
okay. The whole secret organization thing doesn't work.
Okay.
Pretty sure we just had that issue with Damien.
He was a secret though.
Okay.
He was which one?
Yeah, but he worked for the Empire,
Does
so that was
that
fine with
matter?
me. Yeah,
I mean,
if you're working for the good of the people,
Okay.
it's okay. But
He is
Yeah, but
sneaky
no.
and shady as shit.
they work for themselves.
but I mean, I guess, yeah. What are we saying to him then? What are we gonna say? He needs something. He needs an
I'm
answer.
fine being honest. I think you be honest and then tell him what we're comfortable saying, and stop
Alright,
there.
let's
Don't
tell
try
him
to be
everything.
deceptive. No, not
Let's
everything.
tell him everything.
Not everything. You know what I'm saying? Not everything. I
Got
don't
it.
know him enough yet.
Got it. Everything.
Enough
Alright.
to keep him quiet.
Yeah. Everything. And
Like
then-
everything,
Is
everything?
Riz? Do I see Riz just watching us?
No,
Well,
you don't.
right.
Riz is very skilled at being observant without being obvious.
Oh.
So
I
you
just
can make a
wanted to wave to
perception.
him.
You can make a perception check, but he's not blatantly just staring at you guys.
Okay.
All right, what do I roll? Deception against that? I can't beat it if it's deception.
Where's my character sheet?
I ate it.
So Mara's definitely picking up that I'm at the very least just glancing at you guys. To what extent?
Sheesh.
But obviously, you walked away to talk, and obviously I'm just standing there like nothing to look at.
Look at him. He looks so sad off by
We need a
himself.
sad.
He looks fine.
I'm casually leaning up against a wall, bodyguard style.
Look at him. He's so sad.
Mara.
The guy
Trusting. No,
runs
I
his
know you're
life
trusting,
by
but
himself.
I'm
He's fine.
like, I'm sure it's fine. He's defended us. He hasn't stabbed us.
Better
Yeah,
not
they-
Well,
saved
he
his
did-
ass.
He did try attacking me, I think, when we
yeah,
saved.
be fair. Who hasn't?
I just want to point out in that game, you were an old man opening my cell door. There's attacking people, and there's the opportunity to get out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true.
Yeah, I just think until he is more, we know more about him, until he, done more with us, then we just keep it to the bare minimum and fill it out.
Okay, I'm cool with that. But if
But
he asks
Mara-
me, I'll probably tell him though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mara needs to know we're not trying to be deceptive because I know that won't go well. So
You
don't
then?
lie.
Okay,
Just
well,
don't- Yeah, because I know the
what
two of
are
them.
we saying? Like, we have to have something that we're saying to him.
Yeah, you tell him what we already said, and then we're not saying anymore.
Malcolm, are we in town?
Let's say you're approaching the village. It's more like a village when this is happening.
Okay.
You're debating whether to stay there or not. So you're maybe you can see the village maybe another 10 minutes up the road.
I'm saying bluntly honest, but put limits on where you go, because otherwise, you'll tell everything.
Yeah, that's
Come on, Addy, back me up here, Addy.
Put my 2 cents in. I think we should tell him bare minimum so he stops asking
Cool.
questions for the time being.
Okay, but
Cool.
what is the bare minimum?
What we've already said.
But what have we said?
That we're going to hell.
Right? And something chasing us.
And
What
something
more
chasing
needs to be
us.
said?
But
Yeah,
I
so we're
didn't
going
tell him
hell.
that something was chasing us.
Somebody did.
We're going to hell.
I picked that up in the lie a few moments ago.
Yeah,
I know.
Mara told him that.
And that shady people are after us.
I hope that we
We
never
agree
have to
on
do a
that?
deception task. Just saying. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay. Shake on it. 4-way shake.
Four-way shake and
Like, everybody puts their hands in and does like a
hands
team
in.
hurrah.
Yeah, right. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's not suspicious at all. Don't worry, guys.
All right, break.
I'm not trying to be deceptive or subtle. Not trying to be subtle at all. Okay, I think we're going back and we're done.
All right, so you reapproach Arians. Oh, sorry, keep on saying Arians instead of Riz.
I know, right?
You see him
You
just.
change your title there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Do you know how to change your name on this, Arians?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
It's on the cogwheel there. Would you mind just putting your passive perception and your AC in there as well? It's just a useful thing for me to glance at. So don't you keep asking. You see, like Animac's got AC 15 people.
Oh, in roll 20. In roll
Yeah.
20, okay, it's on the cogwheel.
The cogwheel up there to the right, and
Yep.
there should be a display name, and you can type it in right there. See it?
You got it?
Hey.
There we
Right.
go.
So
Perfect.
the 17 is when I'm holding my scimitar, and the 16 is when I'm not holding my scimitar.
Okay, perfect.
Ooh.
Okay. So you reapproach Riz, and you see him kind of awkwardly, like he's the guy out. He's just hanging out. So you approach
Just-
Riz. Yep.
Arms crossed, leaning against the cart, full bodyguard look to him, just not a care in the world.
Sup, bro? You ready to go to town?
Think an inn would be lovely.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
Does he seem
So,
like he's on to us?
Don't think we'd be able to tell.
I mean, you have nothing to base that assumption on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're well out of earshot. You don't know he can read your lips. I mean, the players do, the characters don't. So you have no reason to think that he heard a word that you said.
All right. Sucker.
So Turley
He
says,
knows nothing.
so, I mean, we've been on the road for a while. And, I mean, not even Eurosa provided any type of comfort. I'm did glad we spent that extra time there, and basically not a bed since Rexentrum. So it's ultimately up to you. I hear what you're saying, Mara. Trouble tends to follow us. But if we wish to press on or stay here, I'm open to options. What do the rest of you think?
That's a good thing. Was Tivu with me or
Turlu?
Turlu? Was Turlu with me the whole time? Were we just chilling while they, or was she with them?
She would not have been with us.
Okay.
No.
I don't know that on either side of the coin, so.
Well, what you would have picked up with general conversation along the way is Turlu is a new companion, the way they talk, if nothing else. And she's on a mission.
Well, actually,
she's on a
yeah,
mission.
actually, she challenged us that he was there the first day because we didn't agree to have him there. I think at first, so he was there.
Right.
The conversation.
Okay.
I knew she was a contract. I just don't know if this is like y'all's first dealing with her, if she's an old acquaintance. Like on either side of that, we didn't really go into that.
Cool.
It's easy enough to pick on this. It's a new acquaintance. They do not have a history.
Yeah, say you'll give me your answers when you're ready, and I think we should go find a tavern.
Keep on keeping on.
So, a tavern it is. You're happy with this, Connell?
Yep.
Mara, I know you think trouble follows us, or follow you at the very least. What do you say? Should we press on or spend a night in a warm bed?
I mean, I'm kind of outnumbered here, so I'm not gonna sleep outside if everybody's sleeping in a inn.
Well, what say you, Atamak, then?
I would like a warm bed and a cold drink.
Well, I think a warm bed it is then. So you continue down the road a little bit, and you come across this quiet town. As I said, about 100 people here, if that. Does have a tavern / inn. You go inside and you get a warm meal. This elderly half-orc lady comes up and she takes your orders, offers you a room for the night. There's a few people in the inn kind of chatting away and just talking about things, and you can see there's some simple farm outside of the village where you assume they harvest their food from, and there's a couple of deer, venison and things like that on the menu, and you eat and you get your fill, and you retire up to the night. Are you sharing rooms? Is enough to be individual?
So before we retire, once we start getting close to that point, I want to go to the barkeep and talk to the half-orc out of the way from the group.
Yeah, well,
and I'm also curious as to how many people are left in the inn at this point in time.
Okay, so what times are winding up? It's getting like about 10 p.m. or something, and a lot of these farmer types, they start going back to assume their home. There's only a couple of farmers who perhaps have had one too many ales and are passed out in the corner. Now, the half-orc says, what can I help you for? What can I help you for there, lad? Another drink?
Do you have a private room here?
We have our rooms upstairs. That would be about it.
I set 5 gold on the counter, and I say, I need this tavern empty aside from my compatriots.
Sure, no problem.
Whatever it takes for you to make this place not have any other people in it other than us for, say, an hour. Everything will be left in order. Nothing will be amiss. I just need to speak privately without any prying ears or eyes.
That includes me?
That includes you.
Okay. So he takes your 5 gold pieces, and the 2 drunken farmers, he leads them out and says, oh, actually the inn is empty. There's no one upstairs. So, yeah, the place is yours. And he leaves. turns out it was just him and the drunk people, and just a casual observation in the rooms upstairs. They were literally empty apart from you guys now. So you have the tavern for yourself for at least an hour.
I reach behind the bar and grab a bottle of wine, and I walk over to our group and set it down.
Okay.
Turlu, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak with my counterparts on a couple matters of business. If you wouldn't mind turning in early for the night.
These people are effectively under my command, right? This is my mission. I'm leading this mission. They are working for me. But you can make a persuasion check.
Oh, I completely agree. You're the one in charge. I just need to speak to them on a couple personal matters outside of the job, as we plan to be working together after this job is over.
Man, you're just natural 20s are flying tonight. Well, I'll give you an hour as you seem to want. And she goes up to one of the rooms and she says, I'll be back in an hour. Natural 20, nice. Okay, so it seems as if
Perfect time for it to happen.
Turlu has left. The half orc has left. The drunken people have left. And the floor is yours, Riz.
I sit down, very casual, nonchalant. Start to pour a bit of wine into my glass, refill it, set it down. You all don't trust me. It only makes me think better of you for not trusting me. But I find myself in a position to need allies. No thanks to your brother, Vivi. He put me in quite the predicament. I will help you. Whatever it is I've signed up for, it's obviously complicated. Goes well beyond the scope of my normal work. But nonetheless, I have found, and for your sake to trust me, I have found the myriad's taste in targets distasteful. Your brother didn't necessarily botch the job, but his lack of experience in dealing with complications under pressure nonetheless led to my capture. But the reason we were captured was because I refused to kill a child. I freely admit, I take money to kill people. I don't kill children. I don't kill the helpless. My targets are political figures, mercenaries, people with power. For me to leave the Myriad, it's going to take friends, allies, supplies. You're a capable lot. I think there's potential that we can use each other. But I need to know what I'm getting into, and you need to know what you signed up for taking me with you. So ask your questions, and all I ask is a few answers in return.
That's nice.
Isn't that kind of low bar?
No.
I didn't kill your brother for getting me caught.
Wasn't my brother, Davies, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was VV. Still learning voices.
Yeah.
Do I sound like Mara? What?
No, I thought you were. I don't know if that was
me.
Connell or
Yeah.
Adam.
You and me.
Okay. Hey, I thought you were Connell for a second.
Compliment, man. Just go with it.
Well, I wouldn't have actually said that if VV hadn't actually said that.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. Giving VV a hard time. As always.
So, like, it is a complicated matter. And it's one of those things where it's like the less people that know about it, the more secure of a thing it is. I'm sure you've had similar things in whatever stabbing jobs you've had
Tapping jaws.
I gesture to myself and I say, I am nothing but flesh, bones, and secrets. If I told everyone what I knew, I'd hardly be in business.
But like, how do we know that you're not gonna go off and tell people?
The highest bidder is going to pay you more.
Yeah, like, okay. I knew that you were lonely, so you're just looking for friends, right?
Lonely comes with my territory. To say I'm lonely is to say the water isn't wet. I've lived with it for near half a century. It's my closest companion. I rarely see it as a burden.
I think that's called depression.
He smiles at you, quite the white grin.
Oh.
I pull my scimitar down and set it on the table, and I point at one of the runes. This rune, it's a rune that all those that learn under the same master as me have. It stands for balance. Balance is an important aspect of my work, and it's partly why I'm leaving the Myriad. People need to die, but people need to die on both sides and not driven by coin. Sometimes you have to take out a monarch that will become too ambitious and powerful and wreak havoc on a country for centuries. Sometimes you have to take out a criminal mastermind that is.
But you're kind of going into serial killer realm here.
I glance at him. I just look at him. By all definitions, I am a serial killer.
I agree on that. So, what part of telling us you're a serial killer is going to inspire trust?
I mean,
well,
I was kind of curious as to why you were so interested in going to hell.
I need to disappear for quite the amount of time. The Myriad's going to spend a mass amount of resources hunting me down.
So you're adding more risk and more danger to this group more than you are providing support.
I don't know if I would say more.
The Myriad is not going to look in other realms for me, so safe bet is we're good once we get to hell. Also, as far as the Myriad's concerned, I still work for them. I'm actually on a contract as far as they know. I have probably the better part of a month before they start suspecting, and the better part of 3 before they start hunting me down.
Who were you contracted to kill?
Question.
Is it me?
Does he actually say that?
Yeah, like whispers.
No. If I was going to kill anybody in your family, it would have been your retarded brother, but...
Hey, man.
No, I am not here to kill any of you.
What exactly did he do to fail his mission?
It sounds like everything, BB.
I want to know
specifically. Your brother is a slight hand more adept than you give him credit for, and many rungs down farther than he thinks. He did his job well. I put him on watch. I put him out to investigate as a beggar, to get the lay of the land, to create the perfect zone for the shot. I couldn't be seen in the area before the time of the assassination. But when we were there and we both realized that the target was a child, he panicked. He became belligerent and rowdy. And that is when the guards started taking notice in us. And a particularly keen guard just happened to notice from several hundred feet away that I was holding a longbow. And it didn't do much for our situation.
Got it.
Why were you guys contracted to kill a child? Were you given any information?
The Myriad is not much one for questions so long as the bag of gold is large enough. Hence why I'm leaving. I am more of the question.
But why would
I believe the world needs to be made.
Why would you join?
Oh, I didn't join. I was born into this world. Little over half a century ago, I was nothing but a child left on the doorstep of someone that just happened to be a part of the myriad. My skills led to my advancements, and some particularly interesting events led to me being trained as an assassin. I've worked for the myriad ever since.
Mm.
Does Connell say that?
Yeah, sure. Also, I'm eating almonds. But go ahead. Yes.
Well, I was just asking if I would respond to that or if that's just a
No, go
side
ahead.
conversation.
Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, well, how much did you know before this conversation? For all you knew, one night you might wake up with a dagger in your throat. And yet
Yeah.
here I am telling you things I haven't told anybody else.
Yeah, but that's happened before.
It's most unfortunate for you, or unfortunate for the one that didn't kill you.
Yeah. It still doesn't really inspire trust, though. This is all you're saying you're a killer. You're saying that you were hired to kill somebody. You are a hired killer, and you're running from a very dangerous, ruthless criminal organization, and you want allies. I'm trying to see where in that whole thread says that we should trust you to tell you anything or share anything or
But at the same time, I hate to sound this way because I don't like the sounds of it myself, but like, aren't adventurers somewhat similar? We take contracts to go clear out people. We've killed
Monsters?
people.
I take a long drink. I look them all directly in the eye, and I go, I've seen Eurosa. We really shouldn't be throwing rocks at each other.
We didn't do Eurosa.
Well,
Your reactions and the comments made upon showing up to the town tell quite the different story.
at this point, I'm going
though.
to look
Go ahead.
around the room. Is there anything? Is there anybody listening in at all?
No, I cleared out the entire tavern. That was the first thing I did.
You can make
Did
a
you
perception
check?
roll as you check, and if you roll under 27, we'll just call it 27. With your
Holy shit, you do.
keen
Gosh.
hearing, nothing. It seems that the Harfork barkeep and the drunkens have found other lodgings at least. You don't hear anything from Turlu. She's not listening in. So as far as you can tell, this is a private conversation.
The difference between feeling responsible for something that went wrong than actually killing people that they're, as far as you know, innocent or unknown, and why they need to be killed. That's two different things. There's nothing about that that's going to make me trust you more.
We've still killed people. That's the exact same thing that he's done.
Actually, not. Not assassinating people.
Let me set your mind at ease, Connell. I have taken out just as many of those that would rape, pillage, and otherwise wreak havoc on the world, as many as I have taken out noblemen, tradesmen, people with influence and power that may abuse it and may not.
Okay, you should probably
I do not
know the background of people you talk to before you say things like that. My family is not without influence.
I didn't murder anyone.
Well,
that's still the whole point.
And I tried to stop that.
I didn't murder anyone though. I'm cool with Riz.
Yeah, I bet you are. Maybe like ally. I'm trying to think whenever any other of us actually killed somebody like that.
We've killed people. Like,
have any of you
even
guys
when we were
actually
clearing out the
killed people?
mansion, we've killed people. When we were clearing out the island, we've killed people. Like it's not something that we haven't done. And sure, we can say, "Oh, those people were bad people," but can't Riz say the same?
Aren't
Like,
you really a naive, really good-natured cleric that wants to give money to everybody?
I
am, but I don't think that everything is necessarily black or white. I think things are more gray.
Yeah, way to put it, Mara. I think this high elf needs to get off his high horse.
It's a difficult discussion, and I think if you had said and brought me towards this situation at the beginning of our journey, I'd probably have a different answer. But
I don't believe there's a difference between. I think there's murder to murder somebody and then actually fighting them for a cause.
But how
I
is
think
that
you and
any
I
different?
fight for a cause. We fight for
Oh,
good. We
wait,
fight for people. We fight for those
wait,
helpless. We fight to solve
Connell.
problems. Yeah.
Connell, what about when we were in that mansion and then those
Mention.
because we wanted to what were we doing there? Because we were doing a contract to clear it out and then we killed everyone. Isn't that the same thing?
Which mansion?
What's in
That's when we first got to Ice
Slavers.
Haven.
in Ice Haven?
All the
yeah.
pirates. There were all the pirates that were actually hurting people.
That took his
Well, I
mom.
mean, he said he's killed people that's hurt people. What's wrong with that?
If he's going out and killing
Yes.
pirates, I had no problem with that. He's also killing people who have power or influence or nobles or anything else that's good. He's taking a contract and killing whoever he pays him to kill with no
That's the same
moral judgment of who he
thing!
should do. No, we take actually decisions ourselves of what we want to do, if it's right or not. We don't actually say just give us money, we'll kill whoever. That's a very
Well, I
different thing.
Riz just said that he won't kill whoever. He literally
He
said
said-
that he won't kill children and that he won't kill
The helpless. That's
yes.
a very low bar.
Connell, I understand your concern. I've met many of your type. Do I kill for money? Yes. Am I trying to walk out of that world? Yes. The difference between me and you is you've always had the choice. You've never had an entire organization that even the Empire itself can't get rid of, deciding the decisions for you.
Well, I have no problem if you want.
You've never had a knife.
If you want out of
You've
the
never had a
world,
knife at your
you want out of the world and you want out of the ability to shoot yourself, I can get behind that. But what I'm hearing you saying is that the world got dangerous. You had one kill you don't want to do, and you want to do it on your own. You want to kill what king you want to kill. You want to kill what political figure you want to kill based on your own judgment. That says you want to be your own serial killer. Not that you want to go out and do good. That you want to take the powers and the abilities you have and try to use that for a positive thing to affect the world. You're saying you want to do what you want to kill whoever you want to kill, and that's a different thing.
You're right, it is. Because you keep thinking in positives and negatives.
Absolutely.
I keep thinking in two scales that have to maintain balance. Somebody offers you a bunch of wool or silk, you offer an equal balance of gold for it. I simply play the same game with power. A
Right,
world
and I can't.
without evil is no world without good. I simply wish to maintain that balance.
So you're fine killing good or evil to keep maintaining balance. And that means you're fine killing good, which I'm not behind. So none of that inspires trust to me. I don't believe in evil. I don't believe you have to have evil. I believe you should stomp it out. I believe that the world could be a better place if we actually all stand up and be better people and eradicate those that are being evil. That's the way the world's better, not by maintaining some fiction that good and evil both have to exist.
I don't think eradication of people who do evil acts is necessarily good either, though. Is that not just the same thing as what the evil people are doing?
No, because you're trying to stop people who hurt people from hurting other more people. That's what you're trying to do.
Then
you're
help
trying to hurt good people.
fix them, help heal them. You don't do that by killing them.
I am fine doing that if that's an option. Not everybody gives you that choice. We know that.
Oh, man.
Okay, well then why can't we help Riz?
The necromancer, though.
What?
He was evil.
Because he wasn't a threat. Not
Yeah,
yet.
he was.
He was a possible future threat. That's different. That's like I said before,
No.
killing. Yeah,
Okay, I'm not
different.
gonna bring that up again, but
Riz
being
just starts
ridiculous,
chuckling at all this.
What's that?
I said Riz just starts chuckling at all this.
Yeah,
This madness.
my point being is if somebody wants to find a path to good, if someone wants to find a path to be better, I'm fine supporting that. If somebody wants out to go kill who they want to kill and want to use us as allies so they're more powerful, so they're safer, I'm not cool with that. I mean, we'll do it right now because we're all going somewhere, but that doesn't inspire trust to be part of a group.
Okay,
You keep saying power. Where in all of this have I gained power?
If you were adding, you said we are capable adventurers and would add some safety to traveling with us. That's gaining power.
against my current foe, the Myriad, would you argue the Myriad is good? Because at the moment, you're only promised I'm acquiring power, and the only reason I'm acquiring power is to get out from under the foot in which I'm stuck.
Yes, but why are you doing that?
Okay,
purpose?
Riz, are you trying to become a better person?
Right, that's the question.
I don't see good and evil the way you do.
Yeah.
I have seen the nobleman that builds the empire and beats his wife and children. I have seen the criminal that hands money out to every beggar he walks past and gladly kills a nobleman. Good and evil are societal constructs that I don't.
No, you're talking about law and order, not good and evil. Evil is hurting others for your own gain.
Would you not say the nobleman that beat his wife nightly and
That would be
raped her,
evil. Yeah, that would be evil.
but also fed millions, negotiated treaties that maintained peace for half a century?
To what purpose? I mean, then you get into whether it's worth stopping the evil for a greater good or not. That's a whole other question. Are you defining evil or are you defining
Your
good?
question is perception.
Huh?
Your question is perception.
Uh-uh.
In both cases, this man is a great good and a great evil. But does
Yeah, I
he
agree.
maintain balance?
So you're all about balance, and I don't think the balance is what you should shoot for. I think you're shooting for those to stop those who are evil from doing evil. That's not maintaining balance.
I think as a start, Riz, it might be better just to focus on balancing yourself out. If that makes any sense, I guess.
My soul is well and damned, Mara. The only thing I can hope to do is right the balance before I leave this world.
Well, then we can work on that.
Mara's personal project.
But a lion does not question if it's good or evil to eat an antelope or to kill a hyena.
Let's be clear.
Does.
Mara will help you become a better person. There's no doubt. Just by being around her, she will do that. Okay. I'm going to make sure you don't do evil things. If you're around me, I see you do something evil, I'm going to try to stop you. I may fail like I did Vivi, but I'm going to try to stop you.
I didn't do anything evil.
I'm just playing with you, man. I'm just playing with you. You know that. Always comes up.
Yeah, I know, but Vivi takes offense to that.
Yeah, sure. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, well, let's just start with little things, and we can build it up. Okay, Riz? I think that's kind of the best way that we can go about it.
I would love little things, like answers. You've gotten my life story. I've gotten very little from you in return as an open show trust.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know, bro?
I lived in like a little tiny house outside of Ballon Post.
Do I know where Ballon Post is?
I'll drag you across
No,
to the big
okay.
map, and I'll show you where it is. Ballon Post is up in Islecross, way at the top north, and is about here, way up north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gone now. But it was sort of, but also sort of not our fault.
No, that wasn't our fault.
Yeah,
that was not our fault. That was just
the dynasty was already heading there.
Look, I'm not looking for redemption, and I'm certainly not looking for acceptance. I'm looking for allies, and I'm offering my skill set. I just simply wish to know what I'm walking into to best set my skill set against it. If you need information, I can do that. A scout? I'm good at this. Someone killed in the night? I can accomplish that.
Okay. I think ground number 1, I don't think any of us will ask you to kill somebody in the night. So if one of us does do that, please like ring a little alarm bell. Because that's not good.
I'm gonna cast message to him. I'm gonna just say, no, it's okay. You don't have to ring the alarm bell.
So, Mara, your task is to change him and keep him on the good path. If he doesn't do that, then I just need to know he's not going that direction.
Okay, well, I can help Rose.
Okay.
I I guess number one, Riz, is probably don't tell people that you kill other people.
I
That
look around
makes
the
them
bar.
feel uncomfortable.
I look around the absolutely empty tavern.
But I mean, like in general. And you're not an assassin anymore. You don't work for the Myriad anymore. You're an adventurer, so you're one of us now. So you can call yourself that. People are more accepting of adventurers. Yeah. I can't remember if it's demons or devils, but we're being chased down.
What do I know about demons and devils? He has an extensive history of reading historical events. I don't know how much that crosses over into that realm.
Well, I'm going to say, devils and demons. Devils, you can make a deal with. Demons, you can make a deal with them, but you have no guarantee they'll follow through with it. It's like very much lawful evil versus chaotic evil. These things are real. People have seen demons. People have seen devils. There are a lot of talk when you're in the town of Erosa about they were mixing the terms between demons and devils because most people do, they get them confused. But you do know that it is devils who are chasing these guys. So that answers your question, Mara. But this is what you know: demons, chaotic, evil, smash things for no reasons, and you can try and make a deal with the devil, and it would hold you to that deal. But then you look at the fine print and realize you got screwed all alone. But technically, Mara, you're being chased by devils.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're being chased by devils. Which, like, so that's kind of why something happened in Erosa. We weren't there for that. That wasn't. I don't want to say it wasn't our fault, but it's.
You wear your guilt plainly.
Well, okay. We got sucked into a little sucky hole. We ended up in like a little.
I don't know how this takes that one at all.
We ended up in like a little weird other plane thing where it was really cold and stuff, and there was a scary lady, and she threatened everybody, and then, they were like, "Where are you?" And we're like, Erosa.
Erosa.
And
they said, "Where did you come from?"
Yeah.
And then I said Erosa because I was under
which
dominate person.
which we did, and yeah, he was like not in the right state of mind, but we did just come from Erosa. And yeah, we got poofed out of the sucky hole. And yeah, now Erosa's gone.
Riz just drinks to this. There's so many questions and so many details missing. Look, I don't judge you for your past. I don't glare, but I pointedly look at Connell. You clearly judge me for mine, but I will be an asset. You can guarantee I won't
kill you. I don't do
you.
it for your past. I don't do it for your past. I'm evaluating your future and what you're liable to do.
It's okay though. He's gonna be fine. I'm gonna look after him.
All right, you got it.
Right, Riz? Riz?
He's just sipping his wine.
Okay. Well, this might be a little bit more of a difficult task
There
than
ain't
I had
no wine
originally
left.
Oh, then he refilled his glass. He grabbed the whole fucking bottle.
I know. I chugged the rest of the wine out of the bottle.
Then I walk over to the bar and grab another bottle and set a gold coin down.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
So I'll remove another gold coin and grab another bottle.
But yeah, so we're we're going to hell, because we're also pretty sure that Vivi's mom's there. We told you that, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Vivi's mom's in hell, so we're gonna go get her.
Yeah, me mom's there.
Me mom's car.
So,
hey, Lassie, you got a serious problem now.
So, Carl's going to stand up. So I think enough cigarettes are coming out tonight, and it's time for us to go to bed. So I am going to go get some whiskey from the bar and go upstairs.
Okay.
Okay, was that too much? You said okay.
Wow.
Mara just like looks down at the table for a solid minute and then looks back up.
Communication, am I right, Mara?
Riz is just sipping
Yeah.
his wine.
But yeah, did you have any other questions?
I think some of your companions prefer I didn't ask at the moment. I am satisfied with knowing that I am getting well out of my depths of normal work. You all have survived this much, so you're clearly capable in your own unique way.
I mean, we've been to hell like 3 times, so we're pretty good.
Do the blood wars exist in this world, Malcolm?
Make a history check.
Do what exists? Sorry.
The Blood Wars.
The blood wars.
Yes. Do
What,
not
another
exist
20?
on this world, but you do know that it's happening. And what the Blood Wall is effectively a perpetual war between the demons and the devils. And most of it is played out on the first level of Hell, Avernus. Demons and devils just going at it. A constant war. And it is often thought that if one of the demons or the devils won the wall, then the rest of the world is in much trouble. The prime material plane, where they'd be invaded by hordes of demons and or hordes of devils. So in a way, this perpetual stalemate between the demons and the devils serves everybody else well. That's what the blood war is. So you know it's happening.
So with what they're telling me and with what that 20 gave me, which I did not expect, do I feel like there's some loose threads here that are, or is it too vague to really know?
It's too vague. I mean, you know, devils are after them. Is it
Right.
related to the blood war? No idea.
So it's distinctly devils. It's not devils and demons.
Nope.
It's not both
Just
sides of the conflict. It's just one.
devils. And devils and demons have both gone after people in completely different reasons, not related to the blood war. So just
Okay.
devils chasing them for whatever reason.
I'm gonna have to write a more extensive history on his exploration into books, apparently. Keep rolling these 20s. I gotta explain this off.
Okay, let's say that eventually, obviously, the conversation has come to an end. Haven't had a debate like this since
Definitive.
VV and that poor elf that never wanted to hurt a fly, but got. I won't say much more because Riz doesn't know what happened. But you'll eventually take your leave. Adamak stumbles over as he's taken a bit too much wine. This is apparently stressing him out. And you make your way up. You can take separate rooms or share a room. It's up to you. And I need to say goodbye to my kids, so we'll pick it up in just a few minutes, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Okay, I'll be back in just a few minutes, guys.
Sure.
Right.
Gotta love a character that comes in and fucks with the our morality. this is a really great world. And then I found Malcolm's
cool.
post. And I
It's
was
cool.
like,
I'm behind because it just once we start riding in places, they have we just put it on, and I'm working out downstairs. I have a gym in my garage, and I was putting it on there, and I got where I couldn't follow it because I was doing other things and talking and doing stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. So I'm really behind now. I was really following it for a while.
Yeah,
it's been a great story.
Once you get behind, though, it's kind of hard to catch up on those 10 episodes.
It really is. Yeah.
I do. I've watched every episode and keep up to date. It's very interesting.
Cool.
And
I'm about 20 episodes behind.
And Matt is quite fantastic.
He is. He really is.
I think people
impressive,
rightfully so, call him the best DM in the world. And I would not agree with that. But anyway, back to the world that Matt Mercer created. Excuse me. So you eventually take sleep in this quiet inn. Morning comes, and you go back to the tavern in the morning. You'll make your own way down there. And the first thing you notice is the gold piece you left on the bar, Riz, is still there.
I'm gonna go ahead and put that back in my pocket.
Sure.
No. Do I see that happen? I want to know if I see that.
I'm typically up before anybody else.
Damn it.
Not me.
If we all went to bed at the same time, I've been up for 4 hours since anybody else gets up.
No, I've also only got 4 hours. I'm on high elf.
Oh no.
Well, let's have Connell and Riz roll initiative to see who gets up first.
Why not? Okay. Let's see if his 20s are running out or not.
14 from Riz. Connell's up first.
Whatever reason.
Never try and get the jump on a time wizard.
Right? But did Connell know the gold piece was there?
He made no secret of the fact, so yeah. So you notice it first, Connell. You get up. There's a gold piece still there. Are you doing anything with the gold piece?
No, I don't.
And then Rez
it's there for
up.
the people. I just notice what he does. That means it adds to my distrust.
Okay.
I would say I probably don't blatantly walk over and just grab it.
Is it gone? It's not hard to figure out. It's gone and you're in the same room.
Yeah, but if I'm not the first up, that would set a different tone.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Well, I guess my first question is, did the bartender come back before we all came to bed?
Oh, well,
I don't know if the barkeep lives. Okay, so the bartender hadn't come back by the time we all went to bed?
No.
Possibly.
No. You went to bed and the conversation took as long as the conversation took. Maybe an extra 10 minutes for getting up. But the bartender did not return before you headed up for the evening. You've not seen him since he left.
Then I would have left it.
Okay.
Then I would have left it and left it for him to decide if he was taking it. But I kept my bottle of wine, so I would assume I probably have like a 3/4 bottle of wine.
Sure. Okay, but eventually you all make your way down there. You all seem pretty healed up anyway, but a long rest is done. And you look around and the bar is seemingly deserted. Turlu comes down.
What do we do now?
Hit the road.
No,
I've probably wandered. I've definitely wandered. At first light, I've wandered off. I'm out in some clearing that's blocked by building from the just casual village going to farm and things like that. But I'm definitely doing my normal morning routine.
As you leave, the first thing you notice is the streets are deserted. You take a casual look into some houses. There's nobody there. There's no children running around in the street. You look across to the fields that people were, tilling and so on. And not only is there nobody tilling the field, but the fields have gone to weed, as if someone hasn't literally done it for at least a year. Would be your first thing is like being as if it was unkempt for a year, even though it was quite well kept before.
I immediately go into stealth and start investigating at first light if I don't see people. If I don't see normal village activity and I picked up on that, I've stealthed and am scouting at the very least, if not going back to the group.
Okay, well, we'll
Depending
get
on the
back to
time of
that. Sure. So, Connor, you cast Detect Magic. There is no magical auras. I assume you do a bit of a look around the village and do a swoop with your Detect Magic. Nothing.
Correct.
Nothing pings. It's just as if everybody just disappeared. Just no life. But I mean, children, as I am too well aware, will get up before first light and start, just running around. That's what kids do. That's what they're supposed to do. And you definitely saw kids when you came in, but there's no kids here now.
All right. Cons, go back to stay close to the group then.
Okay.
Back to the group.
Mara, are you doing anything while Riz is out scouting?
I'll inspect the tavern area that we just left a little bit more thoroughly.
Sure, make an investigation check. They just keep on coming.
Man, that's crazy.
So you look around, and from what you remember from last night in terms of the position of food and stuff, like the two drunks, they had some food and the plates hadn't been cleaned up. The first thing you notice about the plates is that it's disgustingly moldy, like as if the plate was left out there for a long time. Like it's almost as a new form of life is slowly evolving in there. It's quite disgusting. And you go into the kitchen and you discover the same thing. All the food has been left there to mold and rot, and it's quite disgusting. Other than that, everything looks normal, apart from the things that I mentioned. Like the inn hasn't deteriorated, for example. The inn is like well swept and kept moderately clean, as you saw it before. But there are no people, and any food that was left around has definitely gone bad quickly. Adamek, what are you doing?
He'll get up, do a stretch, have a slight headache,
Yeah.
and he'll head out to the main area where everyone else is.
Okay.
None the wiser.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. So, Riz, you're out stealthing and having a look around?
Yeah. One second. Jump to someone else real quick. My wife's talking to me.
Sure. So, Connell, you did see Riz dash out to have a look around, which is understandable, right? It's a rather unsettling situation. No signs of people, no sign apart from the rotten food. Everything is exactly the same. Just food has rotted. Fields have gone to seed almost. What do you guys do?
Yeah. Cons, go back to the group so we're together, whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have any suggestions?
What's up?
So
I just woke up, so.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I would say I would probably say like when I first got up, I wouldn't have noticed all this because I'm typically up before first light.
Mm-hmm.
But at around first light, not seeing any movement in the town, I would have started investigating. It would have started with looking in windows carefully. If I don't see any bedrooms, any lights turning on, anything like that, I would have progressively pushed my investigation to eventually checking the insides of random houses to see if anybody's there.
Yeah, what you see in the
Tracks in the
random
road.
houses, there's no obvious. There's tracks, but there's no tracks. There's ones that you are making, but there's no like footprints from children running around or anything like that. The houses that you do peek into when you assume no one's there, that assumption is proved right. There is no one there; they're just gone. But you discover the same thing what Mara did. like food that's been left on the table has just rotted and it's got moldy stuff all over it.
Any ruts in the road that would indicate, because we're on a traveling road, so would there be any deep ruts of repeated travel
Yep.
through this tent?
Yep.
Okay, so there is that.
There's a lot of trade between Pride's Call and not so much Erosa, but Rixentrum for sure.
Right, so we're definitely seeing the tracks, but we're not seeing any like just footprints between buildings and your normal day-to-day traffic.
Yeah, carts going north to south from Pride's Call further north, but no footprints.
Do I notice the food's like mid-meal, or is it just storage that's moldy and?
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I just want to make an investigation, see what I know, and it's at advantage, so 27.
Some of the meals, you probably get one of your swords and try and pull it apart. Some of the meals are half eaten. Some of them are not eaten at all.
So if we look at the stars and everything, we're in the same place, right? Nothing's changed about our environment.
Yeah. Apart from the things that I've mentioned, everything appears the same. And Adamak, being the outlander, you confirm this. One thing you can't really do with Adamak is get lost. And you're sure this is the same place.
So,
well, I was just going to ask, for that investigation check, would I notice that the disappearance is like mid-meal, like this specifically happened around dinner time, or is this kind of sporadic and there's no real way to get an indication of time?
It's sporadic. You're not sure.
So is there any reason why we want to solve this mystery? I mean, I see nothing, nobody's been hurt, nobody seems to be in danger. It looks like something somewhat ghostly. So do we want to just continue on to Prize Call?
Turlu pipes
am I here for that, or am I out investigating?
What's that?
I will say is, let's say you come back just as this conversation is happening, and Turlu says, "Well, this is most mysterious. It seems right, Mara. I don't know if we can blame this on ourselves. I mean, we did nothing. We talked, we drank, we did take over the inn for a while, but that would hardly seem reason for this town to go through some type of weird time warp. I mean, I saw the crops as much as anybody else, and those crops were fine yesterday, but now they're literally untilled, going to seed. So this is a mystery. We do have business, Pride's Call, and then, of course, further west. But it is ultimately up to you. But
is there any way we could check about time to know if time has changed where we are? Stars the same. Okay.
Make an Arcana check. I mean, you are at advantage, I'm going to say, since this is your jam. Time. I was looking at investigation. 19. Looking at the stars, the way they align, looking at everything. You look at like trees further off in the distance, they appear to be the same shape, the same size, the same foliage. You get the impression that whatever caused this thing was very localized to this village.
Okay. Yeah, I think continue on Prize Call and keep an eye out. I don't know any. I guess I'm trying to think. I don't see anybody in danger. I don't see anything bad. I don't see any violence to make me say we have to solve something to save anybody. So it feels ghostly and not criminal or malevolent. Didn't say that word right. You know what I'm trying to say?
Malevolent.
Thank you. What do you guys suggest? You guys fine with continuing on?
Does anybody? I don't know if this would be a group check or an individual check. Does anybody heard stories of a town like this? Heard of events like this? Just with it being on a main trade route, is there any like ghost stories of towns that are there and then not there, or populated and not populated?
I'll say those who are proficient in history can make a history check.
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
God
I don't
bless
see a reason to
Mara.
even try.
Um,
If I crit, I can't hit that.
you have I mean, there are stories all over the place. I mean, I'm sure lots of us have heard maybe ghost stories around campgrounds of towns just disappearing and people disappearing. Pretty good, Connell, but not 30.
I can't. Yeah, I couldn't even crit hit that.
So, Mara, you have heard of this, but nothing specifically on Pride's Walk Road. It's more the stuff of legends and stories children tell themselves. You've heard of this type of thing, but definitely not on Pride's Walk Road.
Mara, do you feel any need to solve anything here?
Where is this place? Like, does this place have a name?
We didn't get one, but it wasn't on the map.
That's true. And you didn't ask
That's very
anybody what the
strange.
name was, so...
Ooh.
I don't think that there's anything at the moment that we can do. I will go over to like a nearby like tree or something kind of just slightly out of the way and tie up like a piece of ribbon to the tree branch so that I know where it is, so that if we cross through this area again,
Sure.
I can kind of check it out.
Okay, so you tie a piece of ribbon on a tree that, with, I'm going to say, Adamac's help, he could, like, pick out a tree in a forest. He's that good. So,
Yeah.
you put it in a thicket, maybe in the middle of a thicket, so people don't randomly pluck away your ribbon. But you're pretty sure coming back this way, Adamac will know where it is. It's his jam.
Can I go to Tulu and ask if the Cobalt Soul knows anything about this? I feel like this is
Hurlu says
right up their alley.
Maybe there's something in the archives back in Rexentrum, but I personally have no idea what this is. This is most mysterious. And you see, all this time she's taking down furious notes about what's happened.
I give her a contact in Rexentrum, one of my personal contacts, and if anything comes up, I would be most intrigued to have that contact be sent a missive, and I give her a feather to give to that contact or to give to whoever might contact that contact. Just as we might come back and solve this, but, like, let my contact know what you guys find out. That way I don't have to hunt you personally down.
Excuse me, at what point did you think the Cobalt Soul was your errand boy?
Not at all. I think I'm offering a service to the Cobalt Soul to come and investigate for them so they don't have to divert manpower from the war to come look.
You literally just told me to share information with this random person in Rexentrum. Do not be mistaken. The Cobalt Soul is not your errand boy. If you want to get in your good graces, as these fine people have, well, best of luck to you, but do not make the mistake that the Cobalt Soul is some type of errand boy and free information funnel for you.
Riz shrugs, looks at her, and says, "Fine, divert your own manpower to it."
We have plenty of manpower for that.
With the war going on, I highly doubt that. And he just walks off.
Okay.
Before we leave... Sorry, what?
On a tree, just like the biggest tree I can find, I'm going to grab my dagger. And then I'm just going to carve "Get Out" as creepy as possible.
Okay. I want to say make a performance check to see how creepy you can make it.
Ooh. Not that performance-y. Did it go through?
Don't see it.
No.
Okay, there we go. That's a 15.
Not bad. Not bad. It's suitably spooky. If I, Malcolm, were to come across such a thing in a forest, I would be personally scared and probably would turn around. So, Get Out and the ribbon. And, yeah, right where that blue thing is.
Before we leave, I'm going to kind of like light an incense stick in the center of where the town is, say a few prayers, and then leave.
Okay.
Voodoo.
And then a gust of wind takes it out.
Okay.
Not in this town.
So maybe a mystery for another time. But you collect Mr. Ed and Captain Majestic, your cart horses, your cart. Adamak and Mara, you jump in front. As far as Riz is concerned, Connell disappears, and then Wolf seems to follow you, hundreds or so feet across the road, running along. Whereabouts are you riding on this cart, Riz? Turlu and Vivi are in the back at the moment. Oh, you're on your horse. You're on your horse. Sorry, I apologize. Yes, they're on your horse. And so you gather up your supplies, shrug off what this has happened. Oh, by the way, your 3/4 bottle of wine, Riz, is a 3/4 bottle of vinegar now.
Do I know that yet, or is it just a bottle of vinegar?
Oh, whenever you try to participate, it will be vinegar. Okay. So you head on. From here, it's another, I'll say, 3 days. But eventually, after some side quests, after some mysteries with ghost hounds and helping people with the Yetis, and what the hell were the Yetis doing there? You head further south and you see the gentle hills of Pride's Call up in the distance. And you approach, and I have a picture here. Might be easier if I just do this. If you go into Discord, that's some art from the book. There's probably could have shared that directly from there, but that's what Pride's Call looks like. There's lots of hills off in the place. It's primarily done by service by dwarves. And those mountains off in the background, that is the direction you'll be heading in the not too distant future. This is where Trulu wants you to go. But you can see the Pride's Call is kind of 4 main burrows, which are pretty much on top of the hills, as you can see in the pictures there. But just as a casual glance, you can tell one of them is primarily dealing with food and meat and things like that. Another one is more military. There's a keep on the top of it, which you assume the Star Roaster who leads the village would be there. And there's another one that's quite much more wealthier than the other ones. I assume you guys approach the village.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
So you're
This is
approaching.
the village.
Mm-hmm. This is the village.
Sorry, I was fucking up my own notes because my push to talk's a character.
Okay.
This is the village in Pride's Call or the village in front of Pride's Call? Are they like the same, or is there a distinguished difference between the two?
Same. You're at a town called Pride's Call. After going through some hills, and there's nothing of note around it. But the town is busy. There's lots of activity happening. And as you enter, this dwarven female comes up to you. Like in the great tradition of dwarves everywhere, her beard is quite magnificent. It's a nice gingerbread, well braided as is her hair. And she comes up to Atamak and says, it's lovely to see you, Half-Orc. Pleasure to see you. I can't help but notice, you're not the armor-wearing type, it seems. Might I ask why that is?
I don't need armor. It just slows me down.
Oh, interesting. Well, perhaps I could interest you in this outfit that I have for sale. I can do it any style you like, but this is a magnificent piece of cloth. And she shows you a piece of cloth, and you look at it, and it's very lightweight. You hold it in your hands, but you give it a tug, and she says, "Try and rip it. Let's see if you can rip it." Make a strength check for me, Adamak.
I will. Oh my god.
You put your half-orc muscles into this and rip, and it doesn't budge. Let me tell you, this silk that we produce here in Pride's Court is the finest in the world. Not only it is lightweight, but it is very tough. I could personally tailor you tailor some clothes for you, whatever style you choose. And I guarantee that it would at least help keeping some of those sword swings at bay. What do you say?
I ride up to Adamak and whisper in his ear, it's also really fucking expensive.
Is it like fancy looking silky stuff?
It is.
Like,
But she says, I can do it whatever style you like. I can make it
can you
brown.
make it fur?
I can make it look like fur.
Oh my god. I think I'm good for now, but I will keep you in mind.
Are
What-
you sure? I mean, you literally
where
couldn't
can-
rip
where
it,
can
my friend. Think of the sword blows that it would fall. It wouldn't slow you down at all.
How much does it cost?
Oh, for you, friend, only 500 gold pieces.
It's a pretty hefty fee.
What price is your life, though, my friend? If this would...
Not much, Constance.
Wow.
Joke, Addy. Go ahead.
I'm a little tougher than I think you think I am.
Oh, one can always get tougher. What about you, wizard? I can make the same deal for you. I see you wearing robes. Robes are great. I could make you a robe more or less just like yourself, but once again, it would deflect blows that would otherwise hit you.
I tend to save my coin for spells.
500 gold pieces, friend.
That can buy me like a 3rd level spell or more.
Wow.
He just
How-
said no. Take a
How
hint.
long would it take? I'm curious. How long would it take to do that?
Oh, well, I could have it ready for you in the morning. And it's like...
I'm more curious how he explains.
It's
Go
about
ahead,
three
sorry.
it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon by the time you arrive in Pride's Court.
Actually, would you be able to make me something with the silk, and then I'll bring out the Yeti fur as well, and this as well?
You want me to incorporate some fur into it?
Yes.
So I could do that for you, but it would be 600 gold pieces. But absolutely, I could. Some extra work, of course.
How do I know this is as good as you say it is?
I mean,
Other than me not being able to rip it. I mean, I could be just having an off day today.
maybe some of your friends will tell you that Pride's Court silk is the best in the world by far. It's actually our primary export from here. A lot of people pay good coin for this. Some of it goes to
Excuse me,
Rexentrum,
Matt.
to the finest of establishments, and I guarantee they'll charge you a lot more than 500 gold pieces for something made with Pride's Court silk.
Can I test it, if you
I'm-
don't mind, with my knife? See if it can protect against that.
I also made an insight check against her claim of blows that would have hit you.
I'll just whisper something to you.
Dang.
Like,
You'd like
Plus
you'd like
10?
to
What the fuck?
you'd like to
What?
test this, my human
Yes.
friend? How what exactly are you proposing to test?
I just want to see if it can like actually protect against blades.
Yeah,
Like,
and how would you suggest
bring
we
out
do
my
this test
dagger?
now?
I don't know. I just stab it or something.
Okay, so she kind of holds it up so it's taut. Make an attack roll.
All right. 15.
Your dagger does go through the Pride silk. It does pierce it, but it did, when you stuck the dagger in it, it felt a lot more resistant than just a piece of cloth. There was definitely some resistance there, but your dagger does go through.
Oh, it's pretty resistant, Adamak. I think she's telling the truth.
You've also ruined her piece of silk.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. This is a demonstration piece
They
anyway.
just have to stitch it together, right?
Leave that to me. So yeah, well, actually, now that you've ruined one, I think it's you're morally obliged to buy one for 600 pieces now.
I step in and tell her you're morally obliged to repair it because you offered it to him for demonstration.
So Connor walks up and does keeps mending and finger down the line and heals it. Cures it or whatever.
Oh.
Not cures it, but mends it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Al. I appreciate it.
Much more
Now that
effective
you
if I just
see
say it
how
3 times.
well it is, she says, addressing Connor, surely we can make you a magnificent cloak out of this.
Yeah, I'll take her up on her offer then. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so 600
But-
gold from you, half-orc, and 500 from you, elf.
Thinking.
Deal.
Okay, so
Thinking I should negotiate. But okay, yeah.
So yes, I'll find you down. There's and she points out an inn, says, if you want to stay there, then I'll bring it to you first thing in the morning. Okay, so take away Mac, what are you even debating for?
I want that damn hammer, man. I've just been hoarding it like a dragon.
So,
Sleep on it every night.
so I have to ask now, do we just see Adamak walking around with like bulging like, up and down him of gold?
Well,
These 600 platinum would be one hell of a bulge.
it's always one of those.
Oh, he's got a bulge, all right.
It's always one of
Yeah,
those
it's not
weird,
just in between his legs.
it's always one of those weird things with D&D. You do wander around and you carry a lot of gold pieces.
And we have that bag of holding too.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I have it.
There we
Could
go.
be.
If everybody wants to
Have it
put
in
their
there.
purse in my purse.
So I'm going to assume most of the gold is stored with Mara because it's just crazy to walk around with 6,000 gold. So it's in the bag of
No.
holding, but you've got it sorted out.
I don't think we trust Mara with gold. She gives it away.
What do you mean? I give my gold away. I don't give
her
other
gold.
people's.
If we assume each platinum piece is a half ounce and there's 800 ounces,
I mean, it tells you.
Mara is a very strong woman.
I have like a bag of holding.
Yeah. Which weighs, I think, 15 pounds, regardless of how much is in it.
Right, but if you're carrying everyone's gold, someone that's played 3.5, trust me, that shit adds up.
I mean, I can carry. My total carry weight is 157, so it's fairly light for me still, actually.
This actually leads into a nice segue. As you start just casually looking around Pride's Call, there's some construction happening, and it's being done by a bunch of humans. And as you arrive there, you see they're just putting up a sign, and the sign is quite nice. It's been carved out of wood, and the sign says Mara's House of Training.
Oh,
Damn, you get your own house?
wow! They really did become nice people.
In Prize Call, though? Why are they in Prize Call?
Why not?
Where else would they be, I guess?
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
we-
just all over the place. Maybe it's like a pop up.
Let's go find out. You started a franchise.
I don't. Do I? Okay.
like a
I mean, I
fast
guess
food
we
chain.
can go over and take a look.
We have to go take a look and see what it is.
Got your name, dog.
Right.
Yes, and the sign is up, and you see the people who you generously donated money to all the way back here in Amber Crossroads, and the man who seemed to lead the group. I thought I wrote down his name, but I've forgotten his name. But he comes up, Mara! Mara! Oh, I'm so glad we run into you again. I'd like to point out that we've put in your gold into good use.
you, Mara.
Perfect. And I'll kind of like take a look around. What seems to be like the plans? Like, what are you guys building here?
Let me give you the tour. And inside, oh wait 1 second. Yeah, he says, oh, let me give you the tour. Now, we could have taken this money and just handed it out to the people that rely on us, like 20 gold piece to this person, 10 gold piece to help the sick mother, and so on and so on. We figured we'd invest it and we'd try and upskill people. So inside of Mara's house, the training, and he goes to show you there's a training facility for blacksmithing, and you see what you assume is a seasoned blacksmith taking some young 16, 17-year-olds out of blacksmithing. And similar, there's a clothing side of it using, sewing things together. There's a carpentry section and there's a cobbling section, i.e. making shoes. And as you're going through, people saying, "Is that her? Is that her? Is that Mara? That is Mara." And as you leave, the crowd's starting to form behind you, just to get a closer look at the Mara, absolutely the Mara. And eventually, the guy takes you out front and says, and the crowd has gathered now from the people there, and the guy pipes up, "This is indeed Mara. This is a person who had the faith in us that we'd do the right thing. So we're all just so grateful, Mara. Perhaps you'd like to say a few words?" And everybody starts saying, "Yes, Mara! Speech! And all eyes turn to you, Mara.
Hi everyone. I'm very happy to see that everybody's here trying to better themselves. And I only hope that the rest of the world kind of follows in your guys' footsteps and helps the world become a better place for everybody.
And they all start cheering, "Mara! And then lots of people come up and say, "Oh, we're so thankful, Mara. You've done a truly wonderful thing." And they start shaking your hands. A woman come up to you and hug you, and they're all just very grateful in there. They think a lot of Mara, it seems.
Does everybody seem well fed here and everything? Like everybody's in good condition?
Yes, they are. The guy goes on to explain that what we do is the goods that we produce here that are good enough to sell, we sell. So like if they come up with a good blade or something like that, we sell it in the market. And then we take the gold to keep this place going, like food and things like that. So everybody's quite well fed. And then once everybody's skilled up enough, we send them on their way. We usually don't actually send them in Pride's Call because we don't want to flood the market here. Like, who wants 10 blacksmiths in Pride's Call? But they generally want to go back to their quiet villages and take the schools that they think will be useful and go back there. So yes, everybody looks well fed.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think it's really great what you're doing here. I'm actually super impressed.
Oh, not called Mara's House of Training for nothing.
Okay, well, I mean, here's some more money. I'm going to hand him 500 gold.
Oh my god.
How does she still have gold?
Right?
This is clearly like a.
Because she never spends it.
Says the wizard bitterly.
Mara, I just want to know where in the player handbook the roll for never spends money, always gives it away is, so I make sure I never roll that number.
The guy who was leading, well, I wish I'd written his name down, but it's somewhere deep in my other notes for other sessions. He says, "We can't take any more of your money. We're good here. We are training these people. They're getting skills. they're going back to their home villages and they're making it a good place. We really can't take your money. Just keep it.
Are you really sure? I every time I look at these gold pieces, I think of how many people this could help, and I think that you're working on that and you're doing it like something that I can't even do right now.
Make a persuasion check.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Persuading people to take your money.
Just
Yeah.
throws it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm going to roll him a straight d20, and if he gets under 15, he's going to take your money. Oh, 14.
Buy money. I'll cry a little.
We've said thank you numerous times, Mara, but you've done it once again. We will put this to good use. Maybe we'll employ some expert blacksmiths. We'll find a good use for this. You are truly a saint, Mara. And he gives you a low bow.
Well, you're very welcome.
I see you still haven't spent my DM inspiration the last time you did this, so there we go. And yes, you can buy inspiration, absolutely. Giving away 500 people to seemingly good people. Yep. This was another interesting debate we had before about purposes of charity and stealing from the good and giving to the poor.
So some of us murder, some of us own cities.
Okay, well, that like more people come up and thank you, and eventually you make your excuses, and you eventually almost have to start pushing people away as they go through. So, do you wish to do anything else while you're here, or do you
Can
just?
I?
Mm-hmm.
Can I start asking around the town if anyone has heard of any ghost town on the Pride's Walk Road?
Yeah.
I would like to assist in that.
Sure. So let's say, Vivi, make an investigation check at advantage.
At advantage. 22.
22. A lot of the townsfolk have spent their entire life in Pride's Call. You do find some merchants who travel back and forth, taking typically loads of Pride silk north to Rexentrum. And they mention no town between here and Rexentrum. Other than Eurosa would be the next most interesting town.
Ooh. Interesting. Okay. That's it, I guess.
Okay.
I would like to continue my hunt for a weapon, but I will actually ask Connell to tag along with me because he might have a better eye for this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And I'll just tell him like I'm looking for a mall, preferably one with magical properties. 'Cause he's
Okay.
like, just because like I really like the sword, but it just doesn't feel natural and as a maul does in my hands.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic, but I won't be able to tell you what it is though. It's more.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Can I do it for him?
I guess you can.
'Cause I'm assuming there's lots of dwarfs and they're usually pretty good crafters.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, just a second. So you're specifically looking for a magically enchanted maul, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of the weapon of his tribe and what he was trained with. Feels more natural.
Okay. You do actually manage to find
Oh my god.
+1 more with that investigation 21. In terms of the price, it is going
Yeah, I
to
think
be.
it's an investigation 28.
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to set you back about 3,000 gold pieces, though.
I am okay with that. This is what I've been saving my money for.
Okay. So it is just a +1 more. So, yep, feel free to add that to your inventory.
Yay.
So it's Connell. Did you want to do anything else, Connell, while you're helping Adamak out?
And I was looking for spells when I'm around.
Okay, make a separate investigation check since this is a different type of search.
Mm-hmm.
Have we all split up at this point?
Well, Adamak and Connell split up. I'll say you do find a magic shop that does sell a couple of magical scrolls. I'm going to give you a list in just a second. Where's that? That is. Okay. Okay. So you do find all these spells, which I'll give it to you in just a second.
Cool.
The first level is one, and this is purely for the rights to copy it from the
Right.
spell book effectively. You still need to pay for the paper and the ink.
Right.
But you do find access to these first level spells, which will be 25 gold piece per copy. And you do find this second level spells for 75 gold pieces. Any one of those.
Yeah, so I'm good. There's none of those really. I have most of those.
Okay. So Connor's doing that. What's Mara doing?
Mara's just
Just
following
that.
Riz.
Okay. And what's Riz
So-
doing? Oh, talk to people, shake hands.
So
okay.
So that I don't have to type this all out, Mara does notice that one person in particular I talked to a little bit longer, and I pass a note to, and we talk, and then I just move on. But
Okay.
outside of that, you just see me talking to people, kind of getting a feel for the people around. Some of it was during your speech, some of it was after, just filling out the town kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And Vivi.
Are there how long are we staying in this town?
We arrived at about 2 p.m. You get the impression from Turlu that first light.
Oh no, first light.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna see if there's any I don't know if there would be like gun tinkerers here, I guess.
Same deal. Make an investigation check.
All right. Investigation. Ooh, 28.
You do find a dwarf running some type of gun thing. You notice he doesn't have a beard, and he also doesn't have eyebrows.
Ooh.
So, hey, what can I help you for, lad?
Hello, sir. And then I'm gonna pull out my poison gun.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm gonna say, I have this gun that I don't know how to make special bullets for it. And I was wondering if you knew how and if you could craft me some in like a day.
So he takes the poison pistol from you and he says, "Hey, this is quite the gun. I've never seen a gun. Do you mind if I take apart one of these bullets?"
Yeah, of course.
So take
I'll
a
give him-
bullet off your ammunition.
Okay.
Oh, this is Where did you get this from, lad?
I actually got it off someone that was trying to kill me.
Was it a drow, perchance?
Yes, it was.
It's, well, let me be honest. It's going to be a long shot for me to try and replicate this. I mean, literally, it's a gun that shoots poison. It's going to be hard. Leave me another bullet overnight, and I'll see if I can come up with something for you. It's going to be a long
Alright.
shot, though.
Okay, I'll give him another bullet.
Okay. And roll me a d20. And you want an 18, 19, or a 20. So just roll me a d20.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Mm.
No!
Yeah, so fast forward a little bit. You come back in the morning, and he said, it's just beyond him. He's never seen this type of thing before. And he tried all night, but didn't get it. Sorry, lad, just couldn't do it. But
It's alright, sir.
I did try all night, so maybe some compensation is in order.
Yeah, I'll give him 5 gold.
That's exactly what he wanted. 5 gold. So done. Okay. So with that, you go about your business through the town. It seems as if Atamak was by far the most successful, getting his precious maul. Not a maul of life stealing, but still a maul.
One day he'll get a even fancier mall.
Um,
But this will do.
and you congregate back into the inn where Turlu has been waiting. You get a simple meal. You take a rest. Turlu emphasizes that she definitely wants to get off first thing in the morning. Yep.
Remind me where we're taking her. I know Prize calls where we're going first. Where's taking her from there?
Here.
Okay, cool. Thanks. You got Mark on there.
Yep.
Great,
So
thanks.
You're on foot across here. Um. Something that Adamek points out is you're here. Where you want to get to is here. Adamek spots it, but I want to see if any players spot it.
Wait, what happened?
You want to get from here to here. But
Oh, we
There's
don't have
a
a
river.
There is a river in the way. Adamek, you've seen the river kind of. It's kind of goes to the Menagerie Coast as well.
Yeah.
And from what you hear, it's at least a mile to get across the road, the river at its narrowest point.
Can... Oh, no, but we need our horses. Damn it. Fuck.
No, I can. If we have, are there woods down there? There's woods in the corner,
Yeah.
right? I can probably make a raft of some kind with the fabricate.
Oh, wow.
So if we're staying the night, I want to do a more in-depth dive on a certain female dwarf.
Okay. I know who you're
Kinky.
talking about. What exactly are you wanting to do?
In one part, I'm wanting to find out her involvement, and the other part, I want to find out if she's a suitable fit.
1 second. Oops.
And then if it's an investigation with my trait, I'll let you decide if the advantage applies, and I'll link exactly how it works.
Okay. Just going to whisper something to you. Is that who you're checking out?
I messaged you back. I could grab the name if you need me to.
Sure.
Is this something that Riz is going off to do?
I think you'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah, this would be at that's why I asked if it was overnight, because I stay up later and wake up earlier than most everyone. I would do this after everyone went to bed, and then I would still be up either around or before the rest of the party wakes up for the day, aside from Connell.
So you're waiting until the silly human falls asleep.
The one who's very observant. The one who's not very observant, you're good with.
Okay, just a second.
Fair.
And if I felt the need to, I would use all my available contacts at the time, including the myriads. But if I got what I wanted without having to go that far, I would avoid using them.
Okay. So you're looking for information, what you can learn about that person.
And
Sorry.
the general town feeling towards the whole situation.
Ah, okay.
Now, I trust everyone here. Without getting into too many details, do I feel like the investigation is to figure out if she made the contract or if she's just a suitable replacement with no knowledge of the contract?
Okay.
Is the detailed goal there?
Okay, so you do stay up late at night. First of all, make me a Constitution saving throw.
I think he's a elf. Like they only sleep for 4
Oh,
hours.
I am an elf.
Okay, with 4 hours sleep, I'll give that to you. And you're looking for
Yeah, that's why I kind of.
So you're trying to get a general feel for the town, and in particular that
From
person.
the town, and I'm also.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a general feel of the town, and I'm trying to figure out if they set up everything or if they're oblivious to what's going on.
Okay, so well, firstly, what you learned is this.
And it could be all.
I'm sorry, this person here. No one trusts. They basically want to get rid of that person because they're being one of these things, and that's not what people expected from that person.
Right.
In terms of whether oblivious or not, oblivious. Okay.
And then if it's too much, then I'll do it at another time. But if it's not too much, I want to just get a general feel for that person, like either how the people feel about her or just how the different third parties feel about her.
Mm-hmm. I think it's probably best if I send you a message after the game.
Yep, that's fine. I'm not going to do anything with it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be added to our notes later.
Sure. But I'll probably, yeah, okay. Let's make a note of that. Okay.
Grits.
So with that, unless anybody has anything else to do, just let me know. But you do get your long rest in. Maybe, I don't know, some of you might have noticed Riz come back. You're kind of almost expecting this of Riz now, to get out on the town and find out the word on the street. But in the morning, you go down and get breakfast, and Turlu says she's got the food and lodgings covered, so she hands over a few silver pieces to cover the breakfast and stuff. but a dwarf returns. And this dwarf is female with a red bed, well braided. And she's got this magnificent looking cloak. One that would be suitable for Connell, and one that's embedded with Yeti fur. That makes a fine addition to Atomac's ensemble. And she says, as promised, here it is. Try it on. And I assume you guys try it on.
Yep.
And it's really nice. It's well tailored. It's to your specification. It fits you well. And Connell and Atomac, feel free to add 1 to your AC.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so she wasn't lying.
Nope.
Wow.
Yes, so it only works if you have no armor, which is why only Connell and Atomac it would be appropriate for. Yep,
That
so
okay.
+1 to your armor class from this
Cool.
Pride's Call Sook. Okay, so with that, Turlu says, well, it seems that this has gone well for at least Atomac, Connell, and Atomac actually twice with that magnificent lord. So, shall we head off then?
Sounds good.
Okay, so you retrieve Mr. Ed and Captain Majestic from the stable, and you bid farewell to Pride's Call. You start heading further west. Travel is pretty easy, rather pleasant, but eventually you get your way after, let's say, about 4 days to the edge of a mile-long river. The river is moving, having just come from the mountains. You would not feel safe trying to ford it. That's obvious to anybody. So, you have a river that you need to get across.
So can we cut some trees down and make a raft or a boat with my fabricate spell?
Can I see your fabricate spell again, please?
I can.
Also, which way is the water traveling? Is this a north to south or south to north?
Jordan is flowing that way.
It's really long.
Yeah, from the mountains. Which kind of makes sense.
Okay, so yeah, it's going north.
Yep. You convert from the same. You can fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees. Well, I think if you could make a bridge from trees, making a raft is not that much.
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't do bridge because it's a mile long, but I think I could do a raft or something, or a rowboat of some kind.
Yes, you can.
What do we see? I know the map shows this being the widest section, but do we see that, or is there just water on the horizon? Like, can we kind of gauge that this is the widest point and need to find a narrow point, or are we feel like the whole thing is wide?
Given the lead, Atomac is kind of leading on this. This is pretty much the narrowest way, and the narrowest point is a mile. There are some wider sections, but Atomac's pretty sure this is the best place to cross.
I got you, fam.
Yep.
Atomac. I believe.
So, I can't see anything wrong with the fabricate spell.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make it simple because it says if I got it to be jewelry, weapons, class, armor, I had to have proficiency in that. But this is something simple like a raft, so I thought it'd be pretty simple. And then it shows wood because it's a 10-foot cube, rather than 5 foot. So
by a raft, do you literally mean like logs stitched
together? It's a 10-foot. I say do like a rowboat instead of a raft, so we're not like it's not gonna fall apart on us or anything.
So it's got like edges to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it big enough for the horses and cart?
Shrink them.
It's 10 foot, so it might take. I could do that too, actually. I could do some shrink them, or just do a couple of trips. It's a mile long. I can do like fly too, but I don't really want to spend that many spells. Reduces half their size. Would that fit? What would I have to do to get them to fit anything?
Well, I have that spell too, so we can both do
That's
that.
good because yeah.
There's a charge on my ring for it too.
It's you.
Oh yeah.
You got the 2 horses and the cart then.
There you go.
And if you reduce the horses, they will become human size.
Yeah, it still would be pretty big.
I also have a horse, so that adds to the count.
So 3
your horse is
horses and a
screwed.
cart is your problem.
Do you have like the floaty disc at all?
That's a good question. I do not.
Oh,
They're way too heavy.
I was gonna say because we could you could cast fly on yourself, fly across, and have the floaty disc carry somebody. But that
Yeah, I
works
can also.
not well.
How much can I carry with Bigsby's hand?
Bigsby Hands gives a strength score, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm looking. I can post it too, so you can see it.
Sure.
Oh, dang it! I was unprepared by accident. Where we go? This level. Alright, I'm getting enough spells. It's very cool for me, but it's ultimately hard to find. Oh, let me do that. I'm going to show it to you, not to cast.
Sure.
Gosh, it's a lot though. Spells are also getting where. Can you read that?
I gave a strength of 26. There we go.
Strong, but not like. Well, that's monster strong, but I don't know what 26 does. You know what I do, so.
That's like giant strong.
Yeah, it's pretty dang strong. I don't know.
What's the length of time on the spell?
You would ask that 1 minute. That would be bad, huh?
Yeah, because it didn't show it at the top.
So multiply.
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
So 26 by 15 is how many pounds it can carry. So that is 390.
What's that?
So it can carry 390 pounds in Bigby's hand.
So, not a horse. Nor horse. You want to be closer to 1,200, I think. Great ideas. I think the best choices here is going to be back and forth. It's going to be risky for us to just put the party like that. But do multiple trips.
Can we make the raft bigger with
large?
duplicate? Well, I was saying, can you make the raft bigger with duplicate cast of the spell, or is it different rafts per cast?
Probably 2 rafts, I'd say.
Which would still be good, actually. Let me see how long that could last, too. Yeah, so there's no limit. No, once it's created. So I just need 10 minutes to cast it. So,
yeah, that's right.
I could upcast it too. I mean, I can cast up to 6 level spells now, so I can cast 3 of those. And that should get us across, right? I mean, it just wipes me out for 3 levels of spells, though. I mean, I've got
5.
No, I got 3. I got 4th level spell that times 3. I'm good. I can cast 3 times, and I won't have any 4th level spells for a while, but I'll be fine for my 5th and 6th level. So 3 times it gets across, right?
Yeah. So if you want to do that, you can make 3 rafts, and I'm going to say that's more than adequate. Well, what are you going to do with the horses in the cart, though? Are you going to try and take them across?
Talks about reducing. I think we talked about reducing the 3 horses.
Yeah, reducing and then putting them on the craft. That's when we have 3 of them, right? 3 of the crafts.
Yep.
And if we reduce them, we could actually put them on the cart. So they have like an enclosed space that we can keep them in, so they don't panic.
That works.
That work.
Okay. How are you shrinking the horses? Who's casting?
That's going to be VV and Mara, right?
With a charge on my ring.
Okay, so the charge on the ring and 2 actual spell slots. Sure.
The spell from my slot.
You have 1.
I hate to ask it, but how long does reduce last?
Ooh, yeah, that's right. How long?
I really hate for this to come up a minute into the journey.
I don't think it's a minute.
Duration 1 minute.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's
Oh.
1 minute.
Yeah, they're all like battle spells. Those are. So, I mean, I can cast. Go ahead.
You said it's a 10 by 10 raft?
Yeah, 3 of them.
So one could definitely hold the cart and some people. Another one, 2 horses and the strongest person, maybe the 2 strongest people, and then the rest plus 1 horse on the third raft.
We only have 1 strong person in this party.
Hey, I'm not too bad.
And my
Or
strength
cleric
hasn't
isn't
shown
strong.
today.
My strength isn't too bad, actually.
Me?
Yeah, my
I'm not
strength
strong.
isn't too bad.
Yeah, mine's horrible.
Mine's neutral, so
Mine is fairly neutral.
I think I'm the only
Oh.
one under 10.
we could put Adamak and Connell with the 2 horses. We could
No,
put
no, I don't need to do any animal handling.
I have animal handling.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
need
it's
to do
not-
anything.
I'm not thinking animal handling so much as fighting the current with that much weight.
Yeah, I can do that. I just can't do anything around animal handling with horses.
How deep is this river? Do we think can we like see the bottom? Is it really deep and fast running, or is it kind of shallow and
Deep.
rafty kind of
Deep.
So we can't do push pulls. I would definitely say we need the strongest people with the most weight. The cart's not necessarily too heavy if we just put it with a couple people and then 1 horse with the remaining 2 people. It does Tulu feel fairly strong?
Let me answer that question.
Does she perk up and say, "Oh, I'm athletic as shit"?
Turlu says, she says, I am not the strongest. I could maybe help with handling the animals, but their strength is not my thing. If a horse wants to get off this raft, there's no way I can stop it. Her strength is 8.
Is Riz's horse a random horse, or is it like his personal, well-trained horse?
Your personal, well-trained horse.
Then I would believe that my horse on a raft with one other person, we would be pretty fine regardless of who it is. We might be a little down current from everyone else, but my horse isn't going to get spooked per se.
As long as you're with it.
Right, as long as I'm with it.
Mhm.
So if it's me and one other person on one raft with my horse, I think we just might end up a half mile or mile down current if we're not too strong. But my horse isn't going to jump into the river on me.
Okay, so we'll say on one of the rafts is Riz's horse plus Riz plus, I'll say, Turlu. We'll get on that as well. Adamak, Connell, do you want to take the 2 horses? I know you're hesitant about that, Connell, but...
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to. I'm definitely going to lean on doing animal handling, but I can help with the strength side of things.
Sure.
I've also got another spell I can use if I need to.
So therefore, on the last draft, there's the cart itself, plus Mara, plus Vivi. I think that's everybody. Does that sound good? You guys want to navigate the river like this?
Good.
Yeah.
And is there any way to steer these things, Con, or you're just going with the flow until you get to the other side? How you?
I'm assuming we've got oars are part of that fabrication, I would think.
Sure.
So we
Okay.
need to-
Easy enough to do. Okay, so let's say, since this is Connell's spell, you'll look to Connell to take the lead, and take the lead you do. Firstly, Adamak. Slightly odd. First of all, I'm going to ask Connell to make an animal handling check, and
I knew you were going to do that.
depending on how well you do, Adamak may or may not get advantage.
All right, disadvantage.
Well, if you roll a 1, it's a disadvantage. And...
Sorry, disadvantage. Yeah.
Ooh, almost. So that's a 10, right?
No, I am. No, it's a 1. I have to do a disadvantage. My handling check with horses.
Okay, Adamak, make me an animal handling check at disadvantage. Connell's trying to help, but he's not doing a very good job. 6. Okay, so both horses on their boat, they start bolting and neighing. And I mean, horses aren't used to being taken on to rafts. And while you've been with Captain Ed and Mr. Majestic for a while, they start bucking wildly. And they try and get off, which is not a very sensible decision. But Adamek, make me a strength check.
Oh my god.
I got something I can do. How heavy are they now? They're reduced, right?
I've been
No,
rolling like garbage tonight.
they're not
They're not,
reduced.
they're not reduced?
Nope.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, we did that.
So let me just... I remember it only lasted 1 minute. So,
That's right.
So
I
no
remember that.
reduction was done. I'm going to look up a horse and see it has a +3 strength. So let's roll a d20 and see if it
boy.
beats an 11.
Won't take much. Yeah.
Yikes.
So Mr. Ed...
So
Yep.
I have this I can cast. I'm not sure how I can use it. Tell me if you think I could use this to help hold them.
Telekinesis.
What?
It's up
I can move
to...
it up to 1,000 pounds.
Okay. Going to
So I shouldn't have to carry it, but I should have to hold it, right? So I'm not trying to like carry it, which I couldn't do 1,000, but I should be able to hold the horse.
So a horse apparently weighs between 380 and 1,000 kilograms. So this...
Yeah, so I'm not trying to carry it. So it should be... How would that work? It's just a strength check, right?
You can also change from round to round or pick a new target during the duration.
Is it both horses or one horse?
Well, Mr... Actually, I'm going to say Mr. Ed is the one that's panicking. Make me another animal handling check. I'll give you this one straight for Captain Majestic. So it's either going to be 1 or 2 1. So make a straight animal handling check, Adamek.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's just Mr. Ed that's panicking.
Okay.
Captain Majestic is acting majestic.
Okay, then I'm turning the horse into a turtle.
Oh! Okay.
Sheesh,
So,
I have no spells left and just get across the
using
river.
polymorph. What's the
At least
DC?
it can swim.
No, he's not running. He's right. He can't move. I can grab a hold of him if he's a turtle. I'm not letting him fall into the water. That shouldn't be taking much strength check.
Okay, what's the save?
Oh yeah, save. Where'd it go? 4th level.
Be your spell DC.
Yeah, DC is 17.
That's not going to
Against
make
wisdom,
it.
I think.
Okay, so it turns into a turtle.
Nice.
Okay, which has solved your immediate problem.
Yeah, like use all my spells on horses.
I'd like to polymorph. A concentration, I just looked it up. It lasts for 1 hour, which would be enough to get you across there. Okay, so cost you some spell slots, but you got through there. So the next raft, I will say the Riz and Turley. Riz, make an animal handling check, but at advantage, since this is your horse. Just because it's your horse doesn't mean it's going to panic.
13.
13.
God bless advantage.
Yeah, that would have been a problem otherwise. Yep, I'm saying that's fine. You get hold of your horse. You get hold of your horse as long as you can tell me the name of your horse.
Maverick.
Maverick. Okay, so Maverick, you get under control, no problem. And with that, no problem for you, Mara and Vivi. Get with a cart and you'll paddle. It takes the best part of an hour, but you do manage to get across the river.
If you had told me it was a random horse that I just picked up, I would have named them all Roach. I had 2 names planned. He was a Maverick or a Roach.
And everybody who's played, what's the game called?
Witcher.
Witcher, yes, gets that.
Sure, yeah,
or maybe watch the series.
Netflix is awesome. Yeah, the show's awesome.
Yep.
It's a great show.
Yeah. It's one of the few long-term open-world RPG games that actually finished. So
it's really good.
It's pretty good.
Did you do the DLCs? They were pretty good too.
Yep, I did the DLCs. It's a great game. Anyway, so you managed to get across the river, and you're quite happy, Connell, because before the end of the day, the day goes by without any further incidents. And you get your spell slots back. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Good.
Hey.
But you continue further west, heading ever closer towards the mountain range, which is where, of course, things go up. So you cross the river. Another day or so travel, no incidents. But then, as you get closer and closer to the mountains, you noticed a fog starts to roll in. And at first the fog is barely even conversation worthy. Then it gets thicker and thicker. And it gets really, really hard to even see. Like Mara and Atamak, you're at the front of the cart. You can see some of the horse, but you can't see the front of the horse. It is out of sight. The fog is that thick. Now, given this information, Connell, I'm assuming you're, running away from them. Are you going to stay close? You're going to come closer to them, or are you going to stay further away? If you stay further away, you risk a chance of losing them. So what are you doing,
I'll
Connell?
get closer. No, I'll come back close to him.
You get closer and
You cast Fireball.
cast Fireball.
Yeah, right.
If in doubt, cast Fireball.
Pretty much.
I went stealth when the fog got thick.
Okay. I'll give you that at advantage as well, because it's not hard to hide in very, very thick fog.
You're so hard as a
A
loser.
horse stealth with him, or
That's a good point.
I'll take straight or disadvantage. I just rolled the numbers for you to pick whatever you chose.
If you can explain to me how you need to make a stealth check for your horse.
I don't have horse stats ready to go.
I just had horse stats. Roll a d20 just to start with, and it'll be a straight roll. They have a dex of +0.
16. 15.
15, just straight.
I don't know how I got 15.
Yeah, straight 0. Horses have a dex of 0. 10, but modifier of 0. Okay, so are you staying close to the party, or are you backing off a bit?
Do I feel like, does the fog seem to disrupt sound, or does it seem like natural fog just listening?
Well, this is something that Atamak points out as well. I mean, this crossland travel is once again Atamak's jam, and giving your Outlander background, there is something odd about this fog. You've seen fog before. You've seen thick fog before, but you've never seen anything like this before. There's something really, really odd about the fog and the land. And you know something's wrong. This is not natural, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It's just odd. In fact, it's so odd. Can you make me a survival check to make sure you go in the same direction, Adamek?
my God, I'm gonna inspiration that.
Okay.
I'm done with this garbage.
I'm almost tempted to give you inspiration for actually using DM inspiration.
Cliche.
It's there for a reason. Okay, so you're fairly confident. You're heading in the right direction. You push on. It kind of rolled in not long after the morning came in, and you continue your journey ever westwards.
If he tells...
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, if he tells me that, it would definitely stick closer to the group. If it felt like natural fog to me and I could just hear the cart ahead of me, I might give it just out of view kind of thing. But if that doesn't feel like the case, I'm going to stick right next to him.
I assume you share this information, Connell? Adamak?
If he was nearby when I noticed, then I would have let him know, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, then I would have stayed close. I wouldn't have just snuck off randomly. I would have said I'm just gonna go scout or something.
So you said you're like behind the cart, is that right?
If he volunteered that information of this fog doesn't feel natural, I would have been right beside the cart at like wheel, parallel to the wheel, so not up with the riders, but with the passengers of the cart, flanking it.
I'd let Connell know as well.
Okay. And you're pulling in close to the cart as well, Connell?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say on the opposite side to Riz. Okay, so you continue along, you're pulling close, giving Atomex warning. And you start hearing...
I also draw my weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be in human form, by the way.
Okay.
Human.
He's still out.
Sorry, elf. Hi, elf. Sorry. Not a wolf. How's that?
And are you in the cart, walking beside?
Yeah, we're all beside, I suppose. The cart's crowded, right?
There's plenty of room. There's just Vivi and Turlu in there at the moment.
Yeah, join the club, bud.
Sure.
Okay, so
even I get close.
You join Turlu and you kind of scoot to the back. And Vivi and Turlu, everybody can't help but feel slightly odd. Adamak, you see just out of sight, or just almost in sight, just a little bit you can see of Riz and his horse. You look forward and you can't see the faces of Mr. Ed and Captain Majestic as you continue forward and west. Then you start hearing sounds in the fog. You hear sounds like, oh, no, need. And the voices, or voice, you're not sure, tends to echo around you. You think, oh my goodness, what is this? Mara, Atomek, and Riz, can you all roll me a d20, please?
Can I use Eye of Detail?
Roll me that d20 while I read this. You can use a bonus to spot a hidden creature. You can't, because you don't actually see anything. I mean, your vision is quite limited by this fog. Even those with dark vision, like Connell and Adamak, dark vision doesn't help you here with the thick fog.
Okay. So is it just a straight perception?
No, just straight d20. Okay. So as you're walking along, Adamak, these two things, almost like harpoons, shoot out of the fog and go straight for you. And as you look at them, they look like harpoons, but they're almost like harpoons made of flesh. There's something organic about them, and the tether that connects it to whatever shot these harpoon-like things is connected by a leathery, stringy, flesh-type substance. But they do shoot out at you. And they're going to get advantage on this. So one of these things that shoots out. And... oh! Ouch. I was a natural 20 with advantage. So, take 35 points of damage. And make me a strength, acrobatics or athletics check. One or the other. Your choice. So this harpoon comes out of nowhere, and this fleshy thing goes into, does a lot of damage, but you grab it and pull it out of your chest, and it doesn't get any purchase. But a second one now shoots out from the cold, and roll Mara and Riz. Roll again. Roll another d20. The lowest one. Oh, it looks like it could be Mara. It is Mara. So, a second fleshy harpoon thing shoots out from the other side. Goes whoosh straight for Mara, and it too will get advantage as you weren't sure where this was coming from, and it rolls a 16. Does a 16 hit, Mara?
No, it does
That
not.
doesn't. So you don't see it coming, but whoosh, goes straight for your chest, but it bounces off your armor and falls to the ground. And a second one shoots out. A third of these fleshy arm things shoot. I'm going to say Mara and Adamak roll to see who gets a second attack. Whoever rolls lowest is going to get attacked again. So 10 and Adamak 4.
Yeah.
So a third and final fleshy harpoon. Yep.
Does my feral instincts have anything to do with this, or is this technically not the start of combat?
Can you bring that up for me? Your instincts.
I just can't be surprised.
If you are surprised.
Probably not.
If you're surprised at the beginning of combat, and you can act normally on your first turn. Yeah. So this is technically their surprise round. You're still going to get it. Well, let's sort out this attack first. Let's see what happens with this attack.
Hopefully it misses.
It does
Oh
not.
god, it hits. Oh my god.
Yeah, 28 points of damage. Whoosh. And another athletics or acrobatics check. Okay, so you shake it off. That was an amazing roll. Okay.
I'm gonna die before the fight starts.
Okay, so I'm going to say, well, we're going to conclude this combat next week. I know it's, if nothing else, it's late in Connell land. So let's do initiative now. But Adamak, you will get around and we'll finish it.
I'm good for the 20 minutes if you guys want. If I think I'll finish it, or you think it'll be an hour.
Probably not 20 minutes.
Okay.
So we'll do this initiative. Everybody roll in for initiative. But Adamak
Yep.
will get around.
I can't choose my token. How
Oh,
you guys doing that?
sorry. Let's drag you over to the actual map. And what you see is literally what you see.
Darkness.
Everybody should see at least a little bit around them. If some people can't see a little bit around them.
Oh, there we go. I had to find where I was.
Yeah, so I'll center the map. You guys are all right here. There's Riz on his horse. And as you can see, you get a vision is quite limited. So we need Adamak and Riz and Turlu. Turlu needs to roll initiative.
I did. Do I need to re-roll?
No, you don't. What did you roll? You rolled a 22. So just make sure you click your token first. And then it will take care of it. Otherwise, it won't put it up. But you rolled a 22. So I'll let you do it so you know how to do it.
I forgot to click my token also.
Okay, no problem. So you see where it says 0 next to your name there is? If you click on the 0, you should be able to change that to 22.18.
I see a blank red circle, 44 and 17, but I think the 44 is supposed to be a 57 because we've definitely rested since that fight.
Yeah, so your hit points is fine, but do you see the turn order?
Yes. Okay, so I can go in and change. Okay, I can change that number. Gotcha.
So change that 0 to what you actually rolled. So, everybody is surprised, but Adamak, you're going to get around, and then we're going to switch back to Riz. Adamak.
I can't see anything.
You see what you see.
Would I know the direction they came from?
You know, 1 came from this direction and 2 came from this direction.
I will. This is so hard because no one will be able to see if I leave.
Everybody can see, even those like Mara who are human and don't have dark vision. They're just limited by this very, very thick fog.
I don't think I even saw you get hit.
I'm gonna go to the left.
Okay.
Go 40.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the left 40 feet.
Okay.
I still don't see anything.
I'm going to ask the question that everybody needs to ask a barbarian. Do you?
Well, I will. It's just whether or not I use my full turn to dash and then my bonus action to rage, or can I? Or do you have to use your full turn and you can't rage then?
Rage is a bonus action, so you could move, 40 more feet if you wanted to, and rage.
Okay.
So you're
Okay,
using.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you rage, so you can move another 40 feet.
5, 10. This is like a little cliff edge here.
Yep, you'd have to jump up on this. This is a cliff edge. Yep.
I'll walk around. 10, 15, 20. Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
Does Adamak say anything?
I'll say I found one and follow my voice, I guess.
Okay. And you heard Adamak scream. You assume something attacked him. You're pretty sure Mara. Mara seems like the heart. Oops, just screwed up the card. You heard Mara scream and Adamak scream even louder. And I'm going to say you did see a fleshy arm kind of zap across you, kind of whoosh like this. But we will pick it up next week with you guys under attack and fog, not being able to see, and taking out your highest hit point character. Almost obliterated him in one turn before you guys even have a chance to blink. So,
and then he runs off.
Then he runs off and says, "I found him!" Okay.
So much for the best offense is a good defense.
I mean, I could just sit there and keep getting hit by spears if you want.
Well, I was going to do Shield of Force, but I rolled crappy. So.
What would Shield of Force have done?
All the way around them. I could have put a shield all around us, and they couldn't hit us.
Like you did to that, to the Yeti?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can do it to us, and they can't hit us, and it's good for a good long while.
Okay. Well, we shall.
I could do it. It didn't matter. It's too late.
We shall pick this up next week. Okay, folks. I hope you had a good time, and we'll pick this up next week for sure. Back into the flow of things.
Yep.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Good night.
Right, see you.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.